Whether at home or away, travel in 16-way power front seats with massage features in your GMC Yukon. Test drive a game-winning Yukon today at your Bayou GMC dealer.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Friday, August 16th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 96. In hour one of today's show, we'll talk the latest with LSU football, and we'll also preview Saints preseason game number 2 as they take on the 49ers this weekend. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Yeah! Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, everyone? Welcome in Friday, August 16, 2024. It is a brand new episode of OTB. Very excited to be here today. T-Bob, Alondra, Taylor, and Jake hanging out with you. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's have ourselves a weekend, guys. It is Friday. This is the final weekend without college football. Am I right? Am I wrong there? Am I one weekend off?
No, you're good.
I'm good, right?
We are 8 days away from Florida State, Georgia Tech.
In Ireland?
In Dublin, yeah.
In Dublin.
Yeah. I'm not jealous at all that my co-host on Off Campus, EJ Manuel, gets to go. At all.
Well, look, for too long, if Coach Kelly has his way, LSU will be in Ireland as well.
True. Well, when we're going to Vegas, EJ, I'm going to be laughing at you.
Yeah.
Because you'll probably be in, I don't know.
I'd much rather
Clemson,
go to
South
Ireland.
Carolina.
I mean, that's going to be awesome, but I'd much rather go to Ireland than Vegas.
Shut up. I'm trying to make myself feel better. What is on your nose?
Oh, is it like powder?
Yeah.
That probably looks very sketchy.
What the hell?
Yeah, powder. That's what we're going to call it.
So I lost my hair product, and my backup hair product is, have you seen the commercials for that powder that you dump on your head?
Yeah, and it makes your hair thick and you can style it.
Yeah, so I've been using that and I actually hate it. But it's all I have right now. I ordered some more. It's coming in the mail. Not a good look to start the show with powder.
I don't know how it ended up on the tip of your nose.
Every time,
you're not supposed to do
because
that
you literally do this. You just sit there and I tap it out on my head.
So you're like Salt Bae.
Yeah, but I hate that. And then I'm worried that I'm inhaling this powder into my lungs.
You're not supposed to do that till after the show on Friday?
I know.
Okay, we'll talk during break.
At least wait till the third hour, right? At least wait till Champagne Shenanigans.
All right.
Does anybody have any? I'm just kidding, guys. Relax. Everybody, relax. Wouldn't mind on a Friday. No, look, but I might need some sort of mind-altering substance after the news that we're about to get into, which remains a bit unclear as to the extent of it, but it's not good. It's not good. It's just a question of how bad may it be. Before we get there, Alondra, how are you feeling today? Doing well?
Yeah, I'm ready. It's Friday, so I'm excited.
You doing good?
I'm doing great.
You doing really good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Look, and we'll hear in a little bit in the commercial break. I got to tell you about a great idea I had last night. I got a lot of ideas all of a sudden.
I'm on
board. I
got
a lot of ideas, guys, for content, merch, sales. I think
as long as it's not Boudin vending machine, we're good.
I got more ideas.
Okay.
I got more ideas in
right.
that set. I mean, that I was going to bring that up again, but I got more ideas.
Okay.
Maybe, but I think I can resell you on it. Maybe. Taylor, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I have a different kind of pick me up this morning. I'm excited that it's Friday. So we're
No
here,
nos.
man. We're rolling.
Okay, but energy drink is still in tow.
Look, it's the rehab, so it's like 25 calories per can, guys. Let's chill out.
Monster
We're good.
Revive.
Are you opposed to? There's a lot of like zero energy drinks out there, aren't
How
there?
about a sugar-free Red Bull?
This is
Yeah.
Monster
Just once.
Rehab. It's literally
Just mix it in once.
okay. And y'all were giving me crap about the 39 grams of sugar in the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
3 grams of sugar in
Yeah.
this bad boy. There you go.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. That's
That's what we're trying to help you with.
I
yes.
actually think that's probably better for you overall in the end. What do you think? A giant
This?
monster
Oh, yeah.
or a Dr. Pepper?
Ooh.
Ooh.
This particular one.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if the
This is like a tea.
if the guarana
A
and
tea.
the extracts change the science there, but from a pure sugar perspective, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
the calories are probably lower on that.
What's the cal count looking like?
Calories 25 in a can.
Oh, okay.
All right,
fun.
Tay-Tay.
Yeah, he's going to rehab,
Who
guys.
says I can't be
Yeah.
healthy?
He's got to kick the habit.
Maybe you should join him.
Got to kick the habit. Never. I'm not a quitter. Never
yeah,
have been.
that's what I'm talking about.
Once I start something, I finish it.
Yeah.
And, I started this life February 9th, 1989. You best believe I'm going to finish it one day. All right. So,
Oh, you know who would have been 89 years old today?
Vladimir Guerrero.
89?
Nah, he was born on my
Vladimir
birthday,
Guerrero
February 9th.
is
So that
like-
doesn't make sense anyway.
Yeah.
Vladimir Guerrero is like mid-50s, right?
Who would have been 89 today?
Yeah.
Mickey Mantle.
No.
Is he an athlete?
He's a musician
Oh man.
Would have
slash
been.
actor. Would have been.
Ooh. 89 musician slash
Bill
actor.
Paxton.
Frank Sinatra.
No. Close, though, ish. Gosh.
Elvis.
Presley.
Oh, we should have known. Duh. Like the fact that Jake was asking the question, we should have
I
known.
thought for sure y'all
Happy
get that
birthday,
quick.
Elvis. Okay,
Yeah,
so we'll
happy
do
birthday,
Adele
Elvis.
and Elvis.
Ah, yeah, there we go. We got to do
little
Adele.
Adelvis?
Yeah,
A
little
Adele.
Adelvis.
Friday?
Adele
Yeah.
Friday.
Inside the studio with the Adele there.
We unanimously voted without you earlier.
Yeah,
It's
we
gonna
did.
be like an
You
Adele
weren't
Friday.
here. Yeah.
I don't care. I've been struggling to get like I've had one of those infomercial mornings where I might as well
Set it and forget it?
No, I might as well
Yeah,
be
what
the
does this
guy like you know how when you watch an infomercial when they have before they
and
show
they do
the
like
product
ridiculous
and they do like the person
accidents.
it's like black and white and they're just the most bumbling
Yeah.
inefficient
Oh, yeah.
uncoordinated human
Yeah.
beings. That's been my entire morning.
like the ShamWow commercial.
Like dropping
Mm-hmm.
stuff, can't find this. I go out the door. I had to go out the door, back in the door 3 or 4 times before I
Put your
eventually
hands
could
on
leave
your
this
head
morning.
as you do it.
Just like it was just like thing after thing after thing. I don't have any socks on. It's just been a
Lay off the powder, bud.
it's been a crazy kind of morning. I did get a nice workout in at Evolve though, so shout out there. Got some endorphins pumping in me, but outside of that, really nothing
Now
positive
you got a
to write
nice
home
little
about
like
this morning.
glycering sweat on your neck too.
No, that's that's
What's going on?
I told you it's been an infomercial morning. That's what do you call it? What's the stuff that you put on baby skins? Aquaphor. After I
After you
shave my
shave?
neck, I like to put I do aftershave, but then I like to put an Aquaphor just to like guarantee no razor bumps. You got to moisturize that thing, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't line mine up, so I don't have to worry about it. but I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So
All right, there's just a lot of substances, a lot of glows coming from you.
I know, bro. I know. Dude. I'm not told you. It's been a rough morning. It's an infomercial morning. And
Did you come
it's
up with that
what?
infomercial morning?
Yes, just now. Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not.
Sometimes
displeased
you
with it
have
myself.
those mornings.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have those days.
The thing is, I felt really locked in all week. I've been pretty efficient all week. I'm pretty good, operating like a well-oiled machine.
Got a
Maybe it's a
dub.
bit of Friday.
Maybe.
Yeah, I've gotten a few dubs online.
Let's go.
3 WVU wins in a row to end my online season and get promoted. I think I beat USC, Florida, and Utah.
right.
So punching up
Yeah.
on these punks.
What do I get from the infomercial if I call right now?
Well, I guess if I'm having an
It's supposed to give me something on the
inefficient
infomercial.
morning, then I would be advertising something that would make you better. But alas, if I knew what that was, I'd be rich because I would have made it and I wouldn't be here doing radio. Or maybe I would, but it'd be for fun doing something else.
How did you do at about 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, like gaming wise, because there was an array of emotions that I heard from down the hallway.
It's the day Elvis passed away. Like I just say the 16th. August 16th. He was born January 8th, but he passed away August 16th. I wanted to make sure I.
Oh, so it's not his birthday.
Not his birthday, but his day passed away.
Okay. That is actually a good clarification.
Yes.
Rip Elvis. Around 1,
because I heard you going, "Let's go, boys, let's go," and I'm like, okay, T-Bob's doing good, and then I hear screaming profanities, and I'm like, maybe it's not going well. So I was just wondering
1 o'clock was all wins. 1 o'clock was all wins.
Okay.
10:30, not so much. The Navy dynasty. Navy fell to 0-5, this time against the computer-led Air Force. Fumbled on the 1 on the opening drive. Just a comedy of errors, really. A comedy of errors. But whatever. WVU's my squad, dude.
Okay.
Neil Brown, Garrett Green, Raheem White, C.J. Donaldson, Hudson Claymont.
How much time do you have?
Is a name.
Speaking of streaming, though, sorry.
Yeah.
Because this is I was on Twitter yesterday, and this video with zero context popped up on my timeline.
Yes.
Of you, Chris Doring,
Yes.
and Aaron Murray without shirts on.
Yeah.
No context.
So that was why I posted
What
that
is
clip
going
in
on?
particular, is I thought that was kind of a funny kind of Andy Kaufman sort of bit.
For sure.
Where, we're all sitting there shirtless, but let's just pick out the driest, most sports talky clip to put up there.
I understood the.
I don't know. It just kind of naturally happened. We were doing an interview on Snaps, youtube.com/@SnapCFB. And I asked Dorian about being vascular, and he took his shirt off and started talking about blood clots. And then his shirt remained off in the middle of his next answer. I was like, well, I might as well take off mine. And then Aaron followed suit. And then so we did the final 20 minutes of the show shirtless. Sex sells, Alondra. You're going to learn it in this business eventually, you know?
Yeah.
So it was a weird day. It was a weird day, certainly.
How much did the camera cover? Like shirtless.
It was literally just their shoulders.
I don't even think we were getting nipples.
Yeah,
we did show nipples at one point, though. We had a nipple comparison for sure.
Because I was about to say,
you're drinking breast milk.
Like, if you had your shirt off now, people would see the entire torso, but nobody knows. You could go pantsless twice a week sitting in that spot. Nobody would have any idea.
Super confident. Love handle, right above the love handle up, right? So these top 2 abs, if you just take out the belly, if I was
should we take our shirts off? Is that what you're saying?
If I was a 1905 power lifter, I'd have been money. Because you know how they always wore those high-waisted pants?
Yeah.
And then start right here. I could have been a strongman in a traveling circus back in the day, and everybody would have been like, wow, he's in great shape. But
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where I would cut off, I would say.
So high-waisted yoga pants.
Yeah.
Would be you.
Which I've been dabbling in yoga pants.
Yeah.
And I quite like them.
Yeah, they're great.
They're great. They're very freeing.
Very freeing.
Very
comfy.
Feel a little scandy, a little scandy, but that's not, that's kind of why you're there. It's the same feelings that I get wearing my super short bathing suit. Sometimes it's a little empowering to feel a little scandalous,
Yeah.
and feel a little sexy.
Yeah.
So, men out there, if you've been thinking about trying yoga pants, don't deny yourself. Go for it. Live your truth, my friends.
What's the difference in yoga pants and the tights that you and I wore in football back in 2005?
Well, do you mean football pants?
No, I mean
like tights underneath?
Tights underneath your football pants.
Just that I'm
not
my
wearing, entire
I'm not
NFL
wearing,
career, I wore tights.
Yes.
They basically acted as my socks because in the NFL you had to have high socks.
Yes.
And I hated the high socks, and so navy tights were my navy portion of the sock.
The difference is here I'm not wearing shorts, so I'm just full yoga pants.
Oh, you got
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. A little scandalous.
And you don't have them covered up?
Nah, you putting everything on display.
Ooh, that's
okay. Wait.
That's,
you thought I was wearing shorts?
I thought,
No, come on.
I thought you were at least wearing a shirt that was a little long.
I've been wearing tights under shorts for years.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about.
I don't hate this.
I mean, hey, I don't care if you do or not. Like I said, I'm just out here living my truth.
Live your truth, man.
And I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's bad. What is bad is the news that we'll get to next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com is the website. You go to All-Star Toyota today. You go see them up at Airline in Goodwood, very conveniently located no matter where you're at. You can start to explore, see what they got right there on site. You can order custom with them. You can also just go to the website and order custom through All-Star Toyota Express. You can also check out some of the great deals that they got going down for this summer, for this football season. The website always got deals for our military veterans and recent graduates as well. So check it out today. Whether you're looking to buy new Toyota certified used vehicle, you need a rent, or if you need a body shop or a service center, all makes and models. Welcome to All-Star Toyota. Go to All-Star Toyota at BatonRouge.com today.
Go to the website to buy new, to lease, to rent your vehicle. Remember, everything's available in all three processes: buying new, leasing, and renting. And so if you want to rent a vehicle to go watch the Tigers play this fall, remember you can already go ahead and reserve that vehicle. Go to the website, find which one matches what you need today. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985.
I'm out Friday, but the show must go on. It'll be presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. Taylor Sharp will be in the captain's seat. Preston Guy, talk some football, and Taylor will probably talk a lot of football the rest of the show, too, because that's what Taylor does. On Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, so the Saints are getting ready to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Unfortunately, there was some unfortunate Saints news yesterday. Let's get to it with our story of the day.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help you take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Welcome back, OTB. What did I say? Welcome back. That was weird. All right, so here it is. At yesterday's practice, Taliesin Fuanga leaving practice with a back injury. If you were to ask me what was the sentence that I would least want to hear coming out of this Saints camp, that would probably be it, honestly. Like maybe like something with DeMario Davis, but even then you feel like you got okay depth right there. That's not like really your make or break position on the team. It's not like anybody would be terribly upset if something happened to the starting quarterback. It's a weird situation like that. I legitimately, no exaggeration, maybe Eric McCoy because the offensive line is so weak overall, but where's the offensive line so particularly weak? At tackle specifically. And Fuanga looked like your best tackle, looked like he's showing huge potential, and then he leaves practice with a back injury. Dennis Allen was asked about why Taliesin Fuanga left practice. Here's what he said.
What did Fuanga leave with? Back.
Okay. Laconic, DA. Could this keep Fuanga out of Sunday's game?
I have no idea. I mean, all I know is they took him in probably during the individual period. He had some back tightness. Looked to me like, prior to even starting practice, looked to me like he was kind of stretching his back out maybe a little bit. So I don't know if that was bothering him beforehand. So I would say this. I would say if he is a healthy body and capable of playing, then he'll play in the game. And if he's not, then he won't. But I really have no idea right now. I mean, the only thing I know is he had some back tightness.
So I've remained pretty optimistic up until this point. And to be fair, this could be not that serious, right? We don't really know. So let's not run too crazy with it. But I think, Alondra, when you sent the text yesterday, I think the immediate response from everybody was basically like, okay, it's over. Pack it up. Everybody go home. And unfortunately, if it is something serious, this could be a single injury that would quell and snuff out any of the remaining optimism that I had for this New Orleans Saints team.
I don't see how it couldn't. It's already bad because of what we talked about for a bulk of yesterday's show on the other side.
Yeah.
And so if that's your option, what do you do? Like if he misses any time in the regular season, what do you do? You can't move your right tackle to left tackle. We know that. We saw what he looked like yesterday.
No. I mean, I'm so out on Penning ever being anything after watching that film yesterday. It is what it is. You missed. You're going to try to make him work because you're desperate to have to, but accept that you need to be exploring any veteran free agents, anybody you have on this roster. It's about time to start making that happen.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to go beg some people that are freshly retired, probably hey, please, I just need you. I need you for a little bit. Just come. You don't even have to come to camp. Just show up because you don't have it right now. I mean, Landon Young is somebody that's been in, with you for a while now. You kind of know what you get with him. He didn't play great in the preseason the other night either. I don't really know where you would go, T, just because we were having the conversation with Nick. We don't know where you would have gone to right tackle. That was kind of a question mark. And if you're having to potentially replace both of those positions, it's almost like you have to bring somebody in that's not there currently. And we're August the 16th.
Yeah. It's about as bad as it could have been. And I saw a very funny video yesterday, basically saying, speaking I think to a lot of Saints fans. Attitudes about Derek Carr had a good practice. Well, keeping him 1,000, I don't give a, what. And so I understand that. I will look if for all my other fellow carnies out there, we can still ride together. We can DM Carfax to each other. Please continue to tweet them at me. unfortunately, I'm feeling a little demoralized today. I don't know that we're going to be able to sell anybody on hopping on board our carnival. I think ultimately it's only going to be in the regular season if they actually do something, and the preseason thus far has left a bit to be desired. So, yeah, what's Andrew Whitworth doing? What happened to Calvin Throckmorton? What happened to Throckmorton? He's been hanging around for the last few years. He was fine. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
He's more of a guard.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it literally can't be worse at right tackle. Again, let's not get crazy. Fuanga could have slept on it wrong.
Yeah.
Could have tweaked it.
Like it doesn't sore all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be something serious. Maybe it's something that just needs a week or two. Even then, that's not ideal because you have a rookie and like a rookie needs reps over everything. But it's still, it's like I just hope it's not something nagging that continues all season long, and I hope it's not something extreme that would just straight up hold him out.
Well, how many days are we in camp now? 16? Something like that? I mean, he's 6'6", 324. It literally could just be, hey, I'm a little sore from 16 days of practice.
Yeah, I know.
6'6",
but that comes with its own set of disconcerting factors in that, like, okay, you're sore from that. You got 17 games to play, You got a long season, and rookies always talk about the rookie wall anyway. Already struggling with volume-based wear and tear at this point. I mean, it is camp, so I get it. But that's it'd be a little intimidating if you were Fuanga and you're looking down what is, the runway of the entire football season ahead of you.
Where do you think they're going to go at right tackle, though? Like, left tackle, if it's a question mark, and we'll see.
It's going to be Udo at left tackle, right?
Like, you think they're going to make that move here pretty soon?
Well, if Wong is out?
No, I'm saying, like, even if let's just go to right tackle and what we saw yesterday.
No, then Udo would be, I think Udo's going to be your right tackle.
Probably, like, pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
Like, we'll make the switch to, hey, Trevor.
I think Trevor gets what, this Sunday, would you say? I mean, preseason dynamics better than I do.
Well, it's changed now. There's 3 games. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, he'll get some heavy run, Penning will, to see, hey, can you give us any hope?
I'd be
any glimmer of hope.
Trevor, look, here's the goal for today. Just give me one kick step. You do one kick step, then that's a literal step in the right direction. Just one not swinging gate open, shuffle, click heels, Dorothy trying to get back home BS that you've been pulling thus far. Just give me one kick step with a strong inside foot, a good base, and we'll work from there.
Because it feels like on the left side, they wouldn't try to move Trevor back there, even if you have an injury, right? So it'd be Landon Young stepping in there. But you could see a situation where even with injury, Trevor Penning doesn't start the season at any position on the offensive line.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I still don't get to, with that awful footwork, why they don't move him into guard.
Yeah.
Where you can get away with a little sketchier.
You got a left guard issue as well. And hell, you got a right guard issue too.
Eric asking, what's Willie Roaf up to? Saying, call Kyle Turley.
Yeah.
Curiosity says, can we call up Will Campbell now? DJ West, where's Jermon Bushrod? I agree. Scott might be right. Does Andrew Whitworth have one more year in him? I mean, I'm willing to explore any and all options. I do actually guarantee. Is Willie Roaf still with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I'm not crazy? Okay.
Yeah.
I guarantee Willie Roaf could step in and give you a better series today off the streets than what Trevor Penning's giving you.
Yeah, I know Kyle Turley could.
Yeah.
I just feel like I hadn't seen Kyle Turley in a very long time. I just feel like he's still put together.
Probably smokes a lot of weed, but it's probably just jacked.
Yeah.
Like a little skinny maybe?
Probably a little skinny
to play
jacked,
tackle nowadays, but like just jacked. I bet you a little shredded. Listen to it. Didn't he have, very famously, Kyle Turley, didn't he have a what do you call it? A speaker in his helmet to play metal during the games? Is that an urban myth or is that true? I've always heard that Kyle Turley had a speaker in his helmet like quarterbacks, but it was just playing death metal to get him fired up for the games, which I desperately hope that's true, but I've never actually fact-checked it. Where's Sinio Kelemete?
There's a lot of great pictures of Kyle Turley.
Yeah, I was just looking and I'm like, this guy's the best.
You know what's crazy? Wes is right. Letting Andreas Pete walk is ending up being huge.
Oh, I mean, we said it at the time because he did so much for you.
Yeah.
I mean, he was versatile. It wasn't always great, but it was much better.
Blade Carroll says, why haven't we brought Bakhtiari in? He's scared of the injuries? He apparently doesn't want to play on turf.
Nope.
Which
Jake was
New
saying.
Orleans might not be the place for you if you don't want to play on turf.
Yeah, because you're going to have home games, obviously, but I'm thinking Falcons turf within your
You think we can convince Joe Thomas to come back?
He's skinny boy.
You want to be dude, I would take skinny Joe Thomas over what I saw. He has enough technique.
Skinny Joe Thomas is better than any player on your offensive line.
Yes, like skinny Joe Thomas could still get it done.
Though.
That's what I'm saying. Turley's got some snaps in him. I told you, smoking weed, jacked up, straight up.
Yeah.
Turley's definitely got some. Can anybody in chat confirm or deny my Kyle Turley story? I do not want to spread falsehoods. And now that I'm saying it out loud, it feels like an urban myth, but it's something that in my head canon I've always believed.
I think the NFL would have an issue with it. With
really?
him having a communication, even though it's not a communication device in his helmet.
Damn. Well, that's disappointing. Way to go, nerd. You just pissed on my parade. Can we ask Jason Kelsey to come play? I would play Jason Kelsey at tackle. Absolutely. 100%. The problem is that man seems to be loving retirement. Adam says true story. I don't think Fwanga's injury is very serious. I'm probably inclined to agree, which is great, but we still have to solve right tackle. So we'll see Sunday. Fwanga in, Fwanga out. Obviously, you would probably imagine not going to play, but we'll see. And again, can Trevor Penny redeem himself anyway? Can that first team offense redeem themselves in any way? A couple of injured teams do in battle this Sunday, but you know what? I'm still excited to watch.
I think yesterday did confirm one thing. Remember somebody talked about the Saints being the worst team in the NFL?
Yeah.
I think we have confirmed that the Patriots are alone in that category after watching them again last night.
Yeah, man, it is wild. I only caught a few minutes of the game. I saw some Drake May highlights that looked okay, but I only caught a couple minutes of the game. But
he's 6 of 11, 47 yards, 4.3.
Oh, I thought for some reason I thought it was like 6 of 11 for like 60 something.
47. Took a sack, but Joe Milton 2 of 7 for 20 yards.
Yeah,
took 2 sacks.
That's the Joe Milton I know, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, relax.
Jacoby,
you were so excited to jump in there and crap on Joe Milton.
He's just not a good quarterback.
He's
just not a good quarterback.
Just pump the brakes.
I have nothing against the guy.
Jacoby Brissett was 3 of 7 for 17 yards and an interception.
Yeah, even Jacoby Brissett did awful, okay?
You said even like he's been to 10 Pro Bowls.
I mean, but compared to Drake May and Joe Milton, Jacoby Brissett should be putting up a better stat line. True or false?
Tanner McKee was on the other side of things for the Eagles was 15 of 19 for 140 yards. Kenny Pickett was 11 of 13, 67 yards.
Where did Tanner McKee come from?
I believe. Is he Stanford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, but I was struck even in just a couple minutes of watching just how sad the Patriots felt.
Mm-hmm.
Like the entire organization, this once proud stalwart, and it truly just all reinforces like, man, Tom Brady really was the Patriot way.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was the guy propping up this whole house of cards, and now it's just all collapsed. Bob Kraft, Belichick, all y'all are irrelevant in the shadow of Tom. All right. When we get back, more OTB, talk a little Tigers. We got our 100 top football players in the country, according to ESPN.com. Which LSU players? We'll get to it next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to ColemanRoof.com. That's Coleman Roofing and Construction, ColemanRoof.com. You are Louisiana's most complete, most reliable, most respected roofing company that does any type of roof. I don't care what it is, any size project as well. So like any brand or different type of roof they do. Again, anything commercial, residential, There's a giant building, just your home. I don't care. They do it all. And they do it anywhere in the state. That's right. And really the Gulf South region. These are all why we get to complete. Oh yeah, also it's roofing and construction. So let's say a tree falls on your home, they rebuild the interior, then fix the roof. You got water damage on the inside, they fix your drywall, insulation, then they fix the roof. Come on, y'all. What are we talking about? ColemanRoof.com.
When you go to the website, look at the contact information on the top banner of the site because they're throughout the state of Louisiana, commercial and residential, and they truly are that one-stop shop. That's why you have construction at the end of Coleman Roofing and Construction. So go ahead and go to the website today to make your schedule, ColemanRoof.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. Moscona inviting you to join us for Friday's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We're getting you ready for Saints-Niners preseason game number 2, and the Right Radio Hours return 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Adam says Saints can try swinging for a trade for an up-and-coming backup or a young guy. But you know, young good tackle isn't going to fall off a tree. No, if there's an up-and-coming young guy, nobody's going to give him up. Why would you? Taylor was scouring the free agent market. It looks like Donovan Smith. I mean, the thing is, here's my thing, is it's not like you need anybody good. You just need somebody who has proven to be able to play entire NFL games without consistently giving up multiple sacks. Like, do you have guys that have at least been NFL players that have played a season or 2 or 3? Donovan Smith, you said, is out there?
Yeah, Donovan Smith's probably your best option. 31 years old. He's been a starter with the Bucs and the Chiefs. He was with the Chiefs last year, so he's had success in the NFL. Everybody's mentioning DJ Humphries. He tore his knee in late December, like second last game of the year, and the Cardinals cut him because they didn't think he was going to be ready for the start of the season, so that doesn't really help you. I mean, Charles Leno's out there.
I mean, DJ Humphries could make sense, though, dude, even if he's not ready for the beginning of the season, if you think he can play at all, right?
He'd be a great signing, yeah. I just don't know if he'd start week 1.
Oh, I forgot, too, to add on to the Saints' sadness. Not content with just signing a great pass rusher, the Falcons signed Justin Simmons. Of course, Justin Simmons had visited New Orleans first. The two sides. Can you give me details on the Justin Simmons deal as well?
It's a 1-year deal.
So they got him to agree to a 1-year deal.
1 year, $8 million with $7.5 million guaranteed.
Why in the world would the New Orleans Saints not do that? My entire question behind not signing Justin Simmons was just assuming, and the reporting was reading as such, that New Orleans would want to do 1 year, but Simmons wanted multiple years, right? And I understood not wanting to go multiple years because the Saints are trying to get money off of the books. For once, they've actually been pretty strict in the offseason. But a 1-year deal has no functional impact on the future book. Like, it's the whole Chase Young deal. You got $8 million. You have the cap. Okay, just go do it. And then next year you can let him walk, whatever, and you reassess financially where you want to be at. That is incredibly frustrating. That would have been an upgrade for you, and instead you let the Atlanta Falcons acquire him, and it's their second big free agent pickup in a row, and all of a sudden it feels like they have further solidified their spot as perhaps the favorite of the NFC South.
They've done a lot in 2 days to make themselves better, and defense was their bigger question mark. Offensively, they've got Jimmys and Joes everywhere at every position. They've got receivers. They've got, Kyle Pitts still probably hasn't unlocked what we thought he could, but he is still somebody that gives you, playmaking ability.
Kyle Pitts is going to be a beast with Kirk Cousins.
You've got running backs, multiple running backs, offensive line. You've got Kirk Thuggins now. I mean, offensively, you were good. It was defense, and now you've went out and made 2 moves that make you, I think, better immediately.
Yeah, I think. And
this late in the game, too.
Well, and what's interesting is, so you get Judon, you get Simmons. What is one of the reasons why maybe the New Orleans Saints aren't as aggressive as they've been in previous years? Because they don't truly feel like their window is open. I think from the outside looking in, and they need to clear the books and whatnot and kind of start for a reset. And Mickey Loomis, given that his job is unassailable, has the benefit of time that not a lot of GMs and others do. But, Jake, I don't know if I'm projecting, but to me, outside looking in, it appears that the Atlanta Falcons must be loving what they're seeing from Kirk Cousins, and they think, oh, this is a peek into the window. Like, maybe, we have a good quarterback. We have great weapons. It's time to take a shot. We got a new young coach in Raheem Morris that's excited for his second opportunity. And so let's empower him. Let's go acquire some upgrades here. I don't care what the expenses are. We're going to go for it. I don't think you feel empowered to go for it if you don't believe in your quarterback. So Kirko Chains must be causing some belief over there in Atlanta.
Well, of course. I mean, look, he's a good quarterback. I mean, there's a reason why they paid him that money. Now, when they drafted Michael Penix, we were like, what in the hell did they just do? But in their mind, they felt like there was a quarterback that they couldn't pass on for the future of their team.
Which great, yeah.
You could have made the argument you've got so many defensive needs that if you were a different team, maybe you could do that. But still, they made the move, and it hasn't really looked like so far it's really going to set them back.
They're trying to be like Green Bay a little bit, It's kind of interesting. Like, instead of doing what every other team does and just throwing a young guy in there immediately, what if we actually plan a succession out? Like it keeps working for Green Bay, but nobody else ever tries to do it.
And so now you go make moves like this. I think you're exactly right. Like you give up a 3rd round pick, that's something.
Yeah.
That's if it was a 6th or a 7th, different conversation. You give up a 3rd, that means you're going for everything right now. And then you bring in Justin Simmons. And so now you've got 2 safeties in Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates that are veteran players, still have a lot left in the tank. Jesse Bates played incredible last year.
Underrated safety name too. You know what I'm saying?
He's baiting you
exactly.
into the throws.
It's like, I mean, it's like Major Burns is like the most unfortunate DP game of all time. Jesse Bates is the inverse. What did he do last year though?
Jesse Bates played well. He was the one where Derek Carr threw the interception to him, and we were all.
Yeah.
And what was Derek Carr's excuse for that one?
He wasn't supposed to be there. Bates wasn't supposed to be there. He was going off script.
Yes.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Freestyling a little bit.
Is that the best safety duo in the league now?
He literally baited him.
It's up there.
I mean, we'll see what Justin Simmons can give you. It's up there for sure. I mean, just their veteran presence, how many games they've played, how many plays they've made in their career. It makes it. I mean, it's a top one for sure.
Yeah. So when it rains, it pours for New Orleans Saints. Falcons sign Judon. Fuanga gets hurt. Falcons sign Justin Simmons, who just visited you first and got out of town without a deal. Oh, and he signed for 1 year, $8 million. Oh, boy. All right, when we get back, let's close out hour 1. We got some big news. Congratulations to the LSU football program. And then probably start hour 2. Also, Nick Cage and football coming together finally. And then also in hour number 2, that's when we'll get to the 100 top players. We're at LSU fall. Also, I'll give you some great little nuggets of info and players you may have not heard of that you can go impress your friends with at your local library or wherever it is you go to hang out and talk ball. More OTB coming up.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, GEAUXTommies.com, GEAUXTommies.com. You need Hardy Plank and Vinyl Siding, Winter Vinyl Windows, any type of door. Take advantage of the people who have integrity. They're dependable, they're professional, they're efficient. And it's just 5 easy reasons. Tommy's licensed, fully licensed, bond and insured. Have over 25 years of experience. Work in Baton Rouge and throughout the state. Won the Angie Super Service Award every single year since 2016. They provide free estimates as well. So when considering a project, this is how confident I am. Just make Tommy's one of your bids and let them prove to you why they're the right choice for your job. Go to Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, GEAUXTommies.com, GEAUXTommies.com. And if you head by the website, you can see great reviews from past satisfied customers. It's Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to...
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Jay Pizzle says, I know this rarely happens, but how hard is it to switch lines? Like going from O-line to D-line and vice versa? Which conversion would be easier to make?
Offense to defense would be easier, I think.
Yeah, well,
there's not as much technical
easier
things
mentally
that you have to do.
But I find that generally, I don't know that I've ever seen someone make. I find that defensive guys have the athleticism to play O-line, right? If they have the brains, but like offensive linemen don't always have the athleticism to play D-line. Can you think about a situation where you've seen an O-line? Because in college, guys get switched all the time, right?
Well, at LSU, it's paid off for D-linemen. You've had Lyle Hitt, Carnell Stewart, Will Blackwell, all went from the D-line to O-line and
Joe Barksdale
thrived.
Joe Barksdale was a massive D-line recruit
when we were teammates.
Chasen Hines.
Yep, that's right.
I mean, he was recruited as both, but they originally had him at D-line. Remember, he had to start that Auburn game as a freshman.
He did great. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
He did great going against, I think Big Cat might have been there at the time, and he did very well against him. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that I've ever seen. Like, so mentally,
Just thinking
yes.
The offensive line, you have to know certain, blitz pickups, where guys are coming
100%.
from. You're dealing with twist, hand placement, kicking. You got to be on the same page with the guy next to you. Where defensive line, I'm not saying you don't have some of those things, but if you're playing like a 3 technique, you got a couple things that you have to worry about, and you got to learn how to 2-gap and shoot your hands and all those things. But I just feel like the technical side of offensive line play, you can't play as free as you can on the defensive line.
Oh, you're 1,000% correct. But I think it's like you know how we say, or at least I believe this in my head canon, like, if you could be a pro basketball player, you'd be a pro basketball player. It's like if you're athletic enough to be a badass D lineman, you're a badass D lineman. Because people tend to gravitate towards positions that make plays and get the spotlight more and get paid more. So it's not to say that there could be no alignment to make the switch, but I mean, look, McIniole for LSU right now, Jake, he's trying to be the one, right?
He is.
Will he give you valuable snaps? I've never seen it. Again, but the problem with a lot of D linemen, Jake, is you can try to switch them, but then other switches don't make it because they can't handle the mental or technical side of it. I just find that a lot of O linemen maybe lack the athleticism to make the switch and then have the success on the other side. But for the Saints, there's nothing.
Like certainly, like for edge, there's a bend portion of it that a lot of offensive linemen don't have. Some do, very few, but like edge rushers, you got to be able to bend.
Yeah.
Maybe you could play a 3, maybe. Nah, you got to be a big dude to play a 0, like a 3-4.
So I'm saying, even a 3 dog, think about the 3s that are beasts. They're
you're right.
They're like
Glenn
like
Dorsey.
Transcendent. Yeah. Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Like transcendent athletes. Here's what I was teasing with LSU. Shout out LSU. Sells out season tickets for the 100th year of Tiger Stadium in 2024. That's right. This year's season ticket total are the most sold for LSU since 2017. 71,250 season tickets. One of the highest totals in school history. LSU sold more than 70,000 season tickets 6 times, with the record being 74 back in 2014. So that said, Jake, a lot of hype starting to build for this year's LSU team, year 3 of Brian Kelly.
Yeah, I didn't even know that little fun stat about it being the most since 2017. That is exciting. They've got a couple of new things inside of Death Valley, new scoreboards, new banners, new lights, getting some juice back into the building. Now the building creates its own juice, but it's nice to kind of get a little facelift, a little upgrade, a little testosterone shot back in there.
Well, and normally Death Valley nowadays only reaches its real potential once a year. But I mean, just off the top of my head, you at least got 2. Ole Miss and Oklahoma are going to be credible. Who am I missing?
Alabama.
Oh yeah, duh. Yeah, okay, you got 3. Mm-hmm. So no wonder season tickets are sold out.
That's true.
You got 3 times
and
this year.
And UCLA coming, which
that's
is,
true, and that'll probably
cool.
that'll be good. Like that'll be near.
We owe them.
Yeah,
Zach Charbonnet.
Bring that sissy blue down here this time, you nerds. We're way better now. I think. We'll find out. Hour 2 next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
X, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, August 16th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect rainy skies with a high of 96. An hour two of today's show, we'll talk about the top 100 players across all of college football. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number two of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what up, dog? Hope you're having a great day. Here on OTB, getting excited for some college football. Here's some news, guys. Nicolas Cage is going to play John Madden. Boom. What? Taylor?
If you talk bad about Nick Cage, I'll make you take
He's
a lap.
about to doubt our Lord and Savior.
Real lap.
Great actor. They're going to have to do a lot to make him look like John Madden, is all I'm saying.
Okay, two things. First off, the man literally has a movie titled The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yeah,
okay.
No, great actor.
He can handle whatever you throw at him.
Do we saw it?
Secondly,
We saw it together, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was awesome.
Movie, yeah.
Secondly, did you ever see The Batman?
Yeah.
Did you see Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
I'm looking at
If
a
you can make Colin Farrell
side-by-side.
look like Penguin, you can make Nick
Sure,
Cage
that's a
look like
great
John
point.
Madden.
That's a great point.
I'm looking at a side by side. They're not like, aside from the weight, obviously,
Yeah.
they're not far off.
They're not far off. I mean, honestly, Hollywood's just really good at making people look like better looking versions of the people every time anyway, right?
That's true.
It always looks like you see the real life picture at the end, you're like, oh, kind of looks like him, but just like a little better looking. Like every single time.
Like Joaquin Phoenix
Um,
in Walk the Line. He played Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Yeah,
He looks
Johnny
so
Cash.
good.
Yeah, Johnny Cash, just maybe a little better looking.
Yeah.
See, actually, okay, you're telling me that doesn't make a little sense right there, Tay-Tay?
No,
tell me
he's
you
going
can't
to
see
do
it?
a good job.
No, but you can't see
They
it. I'm
kinda
saying
look alike,
Alondra's
though.
right, dude. They look alike. Look at those sideburns.
Just imagine him a little
A
heavier.
little bit chubbier.
Yeah.
Boom! Boom!
Even the eyebrows.
Yes, I couldn't think of what it was.
Kill them
Comes
little
after boom.
gremlins crawling around on them toes. Maybe that's what started Rex Ryan's foot fetish. John Madden acting commercials. Everybody has a trigger point somewhere. Trigger point. Okay, so we're all in agreement. Nick Cage is going to do awesome here.
Yeah.
Yeah, outside of Taylor, I don't know what that was that he tried to bring over here.
What I wonder what
Hater.
story you
Hate,
tell.
hate.
I love Nick Cage. That was the first thing I said.
Yeah,
Actually.
it didn't feel like it.
What story do you tell with John Madden? Do you keep it concise? Is it a full life? Is it a full life like biopic? I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Do you cover his rise of being one of the most dominant coaches, putting together some of the most dominant teams with his Raiders Super Bowls? Did he won multiple or just one? Doesn't matter. I think he won two. I guess there's a ton of ground to cover because there's that. There's him completely changing the game out of the booth and how we approach it, and how we announce it, and how it's covered. And
I think the video game's going to be a portion of it too.
I was going to say, and then you got to get into him launching the video game and changing the world in that way. Like, I think you could probably argue that in terms of how we consume football, that there has not been a more important individual than John Madden. I remember maybe it was when he passed or an anniversary of some sort, but, at a time when everybody's writing about John Madden, celebrating John Madden, he's the reason why we have the yellow first down line, Jake.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Fact check me on that. But I'm pretty sure that was his idea. You can read a story about him, and I can't remember who. They were at some sort of meal, and he brought up the idea, and then they made it happen. So plenty to cover there with Nick Cage as John Madden. Just know, Nick, I got your back, dude. Unlike Taylor. We got your back, here, bro. I believe in you, dog.
It could be a really good movie.
It could. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Fertile ground.
Yeah,
Fertile
a lot of different ways they can go.
We talk about me being a hater. Tay.
Hate.
He's a hater for real.
Yeah.
Wait, on who?
On everything.
Everybody.
Okay.
But that's because he's a taker.
Yeah.
If you're going to take, you're going to hate.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes.
sure.
You can't be scared.
Yeah.
I think
You know?
y'all just have selective hearing.
Look,
Again,
I hate
hating
too,
on
Jay.
Nick Cage, one of my favorite actors.
I hate to. Your body language speaks volumes. You know, your action speaks so loud I can't hear what you're saying.
Okay.
You did a quizzical squint.
It's just not the first person I thought of when I thought of
Who
John
did you
Madden.
think of then?
Not that he's going to be. I don't know. Not
Seth
Nick Cage.
Rogen.
Exactly.
Frank
Probably
Kelly and no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, not bad. So ESPN released their top 100 college football players. I love this part of the year too, because this is the portion of the year where we are really getting into listicle season. But like normally think of that as an off season, but they're really cranking it up here in the run up to kickoff, so that you just have a ton of great college football stuff to read. But it seems more player focused maybe than team focused now. But anyway, top 100 players in the entire country going into this year. LSU gets 3 players on the list. Pretty damn good.
Damn good.
Number 47, Jake, you got Emory Jones Jr. And you can probably drive yourself crazy with like too high, too low, whatever. Was not ranked in 2023.
Right.
Of course, is ranked now. Finally getting some of the respect that he deserves as a top 50 player of all time. A top 50 player going into 2024.
I think he can move himself up to even higher, obviously. I think the season he's set to have, because people didn't know before, now they know, and they're going to find out even more information about how good of a player he is. So I think that's going to go up for him.
You could call him Iron Man Jones Jr., as I didn't realize this. Emory Jones has played every offensive snap in 16 of the 17 SEC games over the last 2 years. So as a true freshman and a true sophomore at tackle, this man has played every snap essentially in the SEC in 2 years. That's crazy.
Who we thought was going to be a guard.
Yeah, who we thought for sure was a guard. No way he could play tackle.
Yeah.
Number 14 on this list, Harold Perkins. Because, of course, right? He has 26 tickles, 13 sacks in 27 games. Again, I cannot get over how good Harold Perkins' numbers actually were last season, and yet everybody considers it a bad year. I could only pray to God that my bad years would be second team All-SEC with double-digit TFLs, over 5 sacks, multiple forced fumbles, multiple pass breakups, and an interception. But that's a down year. Second team All-SEC. In the best conference in the country.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
And of course, like nothing made me more excited than when we heard Blake Baker talk about Harold Perkins the other day, and he did not mince words. He was basically like, the guy's awesome, and he's still ascending, and I can't wait for y'all to see.
I think it's going to be a situation that you're going to see him do things we've never seen him do before. And I'm not even necessarily like, production, but I'm talking about schematics of what he can do. Because now we truly know he has the ability to line up anywhere. On the edge, in the box, out at Nickel Sam.
Anywhere.
Like he's done all of that. And so now it's on
true, actually.
Blake
That's crazy.
and the rest of the staff to be able to figure out how to put him in position to succeed no matter where he's at. But he can do all three.
I never really thought about that. He has literally played, in a weird way, almost played every position. He's at least played like every style of play that you can on the defense, right? He's played outside the box in coverage, like Jake said. He's played on the line, just straight rushing the passer. And then it seems like this offseason he's committed himself to inside the box. I need him to start playing inside, again, to go back to the video game, so that NCAA puts him at middle linebacker. He would be such an animal to be able to run around and user him in coverage against run plays. He is so fast in that game. Chris Little says, T-Bob, as good as Perk was last year, watching him against a run was tough at times. Yes, his size was felt at times, right? That's certainly why he that's why he got moved immediately after the Florida State game. But it wasn't just pure size. Like everything else, it goes back to scheme and what was being taught, and it was a passive defense, right? So if you're already undersized and you're trying to catch and read, your scheme at that point, Jake, is exacerbating your biggest weakness.
Right.
You want scheme to hide weaknesses, highlight strengths. So if you're asking, like, if you're massive, maybe you can be a bit more catch and read guy, right? That's fine. But like, if you're already small, don't let the O-lineman dictate to you and get on you early. You dictate to them. You make them uncomfortable. And maybe you get burned because you go in the wrong gap or they get you with a screen goal, whatever. So be it. But the point is, like, I don't think the scheme did him any favors in that regard.
No, a lot of times when he got pushed around in the run game, he was flat-footed, and it was kind of, even in that spy situation, I know certainly against Florida State, he's on his heels trying to spy the quarterback, and here comes a guard with momentum, and a linebacker who's, what was he last year, 210, 215?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to go badly for you. And so I'm with you, based off what the scheme's going to be and the aggression of a player like a Harold Perkins, hopefully you see less of that.
I think so. Even though, how do you recapture the how good he was at spying the quarterback 2 years ago, but not make it so passive? That is one of the kind of interesting questions, because I'll never forget the Bryce Young spine. I mean, that was the best quarterback spine I've ever seen. It was so much fun to watch on film. He literally was like a big cat stalking in the African savannah, the tall grass that were the linemen, and he was just kind of like creeping, pounce, and then he would just feast on blood and red meat. You can put a middle linebacker now, says Razor. I got to check it out. Then I just got to do that because that sounds super fun. Okay, go off script for a second here. Chris Durrell says Cage is washed. A so-called A-list actor doesn't make multiple low-budget streaming movies. Just not true on so many counts.
Wasn't he in
He was just in Long Legs.
Yeah, Long Legs just was a hit. But even more so, this is something that Nick Cage talks about in Unbearable Talent. He's like, I like to work. Like any other job, you go to every day, 9 to 5, and nobody says that's a bad thing. But with acting, you have to be like pretentious. You have to be selective. Like, he just likes to work. And yeah, he needed the money for a minute there too.
Yeah.
My guy got a little out there, bought himself a giant pyramid to be buried in New Orleans. That's cool though. Come on down. But the point is, like, what's wrong? Like, can an actor just like to work? They don't all have to be bangers. He just likes to work. Let him go.
I mean, I could probably think of basically every actor who had a movie I didn't like. I mean,
well, duh, yeah. I mean, yeah,
like
sure.
it's not. Nick
No,
Cage.
but that is a real Hollywood thing, though, right?
Yeah.
Is being selective and
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Maybe
every 4 years.
Exactly, right?
Maybe.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio, pretty damn selective. Only kind of makes bangers for the most part.
Yeah.
But no, I just appreciate Cage where he's like, nah, man, look, I like to work, dude. You don't get on anybody else for going to work every day.
Yeah.
Let me work. Let me shine. And then finally, LSU's final player of the top 100, Will Campbell, comes in at number 6 in the country because, of course, he does. Already was first team All-SEC last year, second team as a freshman. Didn't allow a sack in 13 games last season. Will Campbell, take a bow. 6. Wasn't Perk 4 on this list last year?
He was top 5 for sure.
I don't know why it says 2023 ranking, not ranked. He was 4 on some list last year that was top 100. So Campbell kind of moving up in that spot. Perk going to look to climb.
I think Will Campbell could end up being number 1 on this list if he's having the year that I expect him to have. And also think about the opportunities he's going to get now in the run game that he didn't have to impress last year.
True. Very true.
Like we saw the play with Caleb Jackson. It was a counter. Caleb Jackson reads it right. It was blocked up right. Hit your head on the goalpost. There's going to be more of that this year. And so you're going to get a chance to see, because he's an athletic guy. There's some elite tackles that, their body type doesn't allow them to do some of the things that we're talking about. Well, he's got all the athletic ability in the world at that position, so he could actually impress even more so just because the run game is going to be so much more dynamic and it's going to have just more juice to it.
I agree. You know, I found a funny stat about last year, Jake. I don't know if this is a Jaden Daniels kind of infused thing, but LSU actually led the nation in yards gained before contact on run plays last year. The person with the ball was not getting touched for 3.25 yards. That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me you want to run behind that? You want to run behind that line, Jake?
Yes.
You're talking about a head of steam? You're not getting touched. Like, averaging 4 yards a carry is great. You're not even getting touched for 3.25. So let's see if it could be even better this year. Daniel Blunt says, what's crazy about Trev Dog, he's talking about Trevor Penning, said after the preseason game, they asked him if he thought he did well. He was like, yeah, but I could get better. Well, yeah, no crap, Trevor. Come on now. All right, when we get back here on OTB, I want to give you some other names. We'll put Jake to the test as well a bit here because Jake's college football knowledge is vast. And so I'm going to give you some other players in this top 100 list that I found like maybe there was like an interesting anecdote on them. Maybe themselves are a bit intriguing. These are also guys, like I said, these are going to be water cooler nuggets where you're going to sound smarter than your friends if you can reference this guy whenever somebody's talking about this team. So keep it locked and we'll get to it on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com, CommunitySteelCo.com. You need steel, you want Community Steel. Okay? It's over there in Gonzales, Louisiana. Local humans, sales teams, right? Like people that you form relationships with. It's not like these national companies where your number on the spreadsheet or you're just having an email or do online order forms. Nah. And because Community Steel buys straight from the wholesaler, manufactures everything themselves on site, there's no middleman jacking up the price. So you get the best price. The best price. And you get to see the product, feel it, touch it before you buy it. So you need purlin, tubing, sheet metal, steel buildings, roofing. It's all at Community Steel Company.
Go to the website today. Top right corner of the website is where you can find that location. Click on that. They are waiting on you. They've been there for over an hour, ready for you to come in and see what they can do for you. But remember, throughout the state of Louisiana, if you can't get there today, give them a call at 225-647-2020.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
God, I love Nicki Minaj, dude. Welcome back to OTB. I'm just kidding. This is Adele, right? All right, Jake. So I'm going to put you to the test here a little bit. When I was going through, I was thinking about you the whole time I was reading this 100 best players list last night. Because given that you host Off Campus on Sirius XM 84, your knowledge of rosters is vast and deep. But I still think...
Who put out this list again?
ESPN.
Okay.
ESPN. And look, again, like all Bill Connolly things, and it's the whole team, the whole ESPN college football writing team did it. But Connolly, like he does with everything like this, he's like, look.
Say, Bill.
This is all, subjective and, if you want to argue, like whatever. It's just a fun thing to judge a QB against a 300-pound lineman. So I made a mixture of lists of guys that I think are deep cuts, but maybe also have like some really interesting nuggets about them and that you can impress your friends with at the local library, like I said.
God, I'm looking at a lot of the all meathead teams here at the back end of this.
Whoa. Don't look, because you got to tell me what school they're from.
Oh, I got no chance in some of this.
Dylan Thieneman. It sounds like I'm saying cinnamon with a lisp.
Oh,
Dylan Thieneman.
He's on the all meathead team, coach.
Okay, so where do you go to school?
Purdue.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Dylan is a safety for Purdue, but here's what's crazy about Dylan. He got targeted just 11 times last year. 2.6% of his total snaps, the lowest rate of any DB in college football. Only got targeted 11 times. He came up with 6 picks and 2 pass breakups.
Yeah.
He got targeted 11 times and came up with 6 picks and 2 pass breakups. 11, as Connolly writes, 11 targets was at least 8 too many.
He's a really, really good football player. It's surprising that he stayed his sophomore year at Purdue. Sorry, Purdue, you're really, really bad.
Was he a freshman last year?
He's a true freshman.
What?
Yeah.
Thieneman. I like extra Thieneman. I'm going to make some Thieneman rolls tomorrow for my kids. Next on the list, Preston Stone.
Oh, SMU.
Great name. There we go, Alondra. I did not know SMU's quarterback's name, but that's a SMU quarterback-ass quarterback name if I've ever heard one. Preston Stone.
He was really good last year.
Yeah, last year threw for 3,200 yards, 32 total touchdowns. Oh, by the way, Dylan comes in at 95 on this list. Preston comes in at 87. Preston averaged 9.3 yards per attempt. Next on this list, Kobe Bryant.
Taylor, would you like to answer Kobe Bryant since we...
Yeah, Los Angeles Lakers.
No.
Oh, Kansas Jayhawks.
Yes!
That Kobe, different one.
We randomly talked about him.
Why?
before the show. I don't know. Taylor asked me about it.
I wasn't even in the room. Okay, when Sauce Gardner and Cincinnati, they were undefeated. It was the playoff year a couple years ago under Luke.
Yeah, they had a Kobe Bryant.
Their other cornerback was also Kobe Bryant.
Plays
I was
for
like,
the
no
Seahawks
way
now.
is that guy still in college. Different guy, though.
Okay. So Kobe Bryant, he's a senior at Kansas.
That's weird we were talking about him.
He's already a 2-time first-team All-Big 12 selection. Came back for his senior year. He's got 9 career picks. He's got 2 pick sixes. Both are tied for most in Kansas history. He had 4 picks and 9 PBUs last year alone. Kobe Bryant checking in at 77 on this list. Next on the list, Billy Bowman Jr.
Sounds like a wrestler.
It does. Billy Bowman.
Billy
Bowman Jr. Hey, say Billy Bowman. My name's Billy Bowman.
Billy Bowman.
My dad was Billy Bowman. My son
Keep
will
on
be
to go
Billy
to
Bowman.
Oklahoma State because they're quarterbacks, but that's not
You're
it.
so close, love.
Yeah.
I know, me too, but you're so close with Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma?
Yeah. Bowman is a safety who has started 29 of the 35 games he's played in his career. He was an All-Big 12 player last year, but second in the country last year with 6 picks, 3 of which he took back for touchdowns. Had 6 picks and 3 pick sixes last year.
I think because I asked him at SEC Media Days, now that we're talking about him, I asked him, I believe that's the same one. I asked him about, I was like, 3 pick sixes, like you trying to get on the offense or what? He's like, I've been trying to go, like you knew he was ready to go. So yeah, that's a good one. It's a good name.
Billy Bowman, 73, Oklahoma guys. So we're going to see Billy Bowman in Death Valley. End of the year, game on the line, season on the line. Next up, number 63 on the list, Antoine Powell Ryland.
Virginia Tech.
How in the world did you know Antoine Powell Ryland?
We did a Virginia Tech preview on Off Campus 2 days ago.
Okay.
Like a full, like we give either 30 minutes or an hour, depending on where the team's at, like a full breakdown.
So Virginia Tech, you normally think quarterback, but Antoine Powell Ryland, defensive end, transferred from Florida last year, and what'd he do? 14.5 tickles, 9.5 sacks. He had 4 multi-sack games last year. So he's a bit boom or bust. But if he can, be more consistent, you'll know the name Antoine Powell Ryland. All right, coming up next on this list, number 62, Ricardo Hallman.
Oh, Ricardo Hallman. Minnesota.
Wisconsin.
Hey, it's close enough.
Kind of, right. A cornerback from Wisconsin, actually. Miami native, never played his first 2 years in college, and then last year led the nation in picks. 7 picks for Ricardo Hallman last year. I just thought that was interesting that the guy who led the nation in picks last year, I had actually never heard of. So Ricardo Hallman, 62 on this list. Number 52, Xavier Watts.
Oh, that's easy. That's Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's Notre Dame. Unanimous All-American, winner of the of the Nagurski in 23. He also tied for the nation lead in picks with 7. He had 4 pass breakups, 50 tackles, 3 tickles. He was a beast. You know what's crazy is how many Notre Dame defensive backs are actually on this list. Like, they led the nation in pass efficiency last year, so it makes sense, but Notre Dame's defense is littered with players on this list, and they going to need it. So I think their offense is going to have trouble in Kyle Field to start the season.
I'm a little worried about their offense. Not like worried like I care like that. I'm saying like for their expectation.
Yeah.
Like if you're counting on Bo Collins, transfer from Clemson, who's been to be like one of your go-to weapons, I don't know that he can be dynamic enough to be that.
I agree. And again, 2 new starting tackles going to be in Kyle Field against that D-line week 1. It's going to be a defensive battle.
Yeah.
Number 48 on the list, Kevin Concepcion.
Oh, I know NC State, Bo.
How'd you know that?
All meathead teams. You can do it
go.
all, Bo.
True freshman
Quarterback,
last
receiver,
year.
running back, whatever. He can do it.
True freshman last year. Had 71 catches, 10 touchdowns.
Great name.
Yep. Oh, Concepcion. It's so nice. Kevin Concepcion. Threw a 17-yard touchdown pass, like you said. So he does a little bit of everything.
All-purpose right here.
Hell yeah,
all-purpose,
dude.
all-meathead team.
And NC State should be better. So you asked me about playing maybe making NC State one of my next teams on NCAA, just for fun online. Kevin Concepcion would be one of the guys to target there. You'll know this one, Jake. Jaden Ott.
Cal running back.
Yep. Cal running back. Heisman sleeper. Last year, 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns. He's been very vocal about, he's pumped that Cal is in the ACC. He believes it creates more exposure for that East Coast media, try to increase maybe his chances to get eyeballs on him as he's kind of gone. I mean, look, he's kind of gone under the radar a little bit, right? If you look at all the active players' career right now, he's second among all FBS players. He averages 92 rush yards a game for his career, 120 all-purpose yards per game. Jaden Ott is a name to know.
Yeah, either he thought about or he did go into the portal or something, or there was a lot of teams hoping he went to the portal. He might have gone. I think he did. There was something there because
it was a big deal. He released a video that he was returning.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that were like, please stay in the portal.
Yeah. Ashton Giott, number 39 on this list.
Giott. Oh, my gosh. Hold on.
Ashton Giott. Do you want me to give you a conference?
Nope. Yes.
ACC.
Okay, good. Louisville.
Yeah, let's go, dude.
I was between Maryland and Louisville. I couldn't remember.
He was second.
I knew Red.
He was second to Player of the Year last year behind Peyton Wilson.
I guess I didn't realize that.
14 and a half tackles, 11 sacks for Giott last year, and he came back to try to win an ACC championship. I'm sleeping on Louisville. I got to do a Louisville deep dive.
I got to do a
Louisville
dive.
deep dive.
I do too. I'm with you.
Number 25. I know you don't know this guy, Ashton Gianti, or I'm guessing you will. Gianti.
He is a running back from Boise.
Correctamundo, my friend. Led all FBS running backs last year in forced missed tackles. He forced 100 and receiving yards. And he only trailed Ollie Gordon in yards from scrimmage. He is the only one. Ashton Gianti, one of the main reasons why Boise State could be potentially a Group of 5 playoff team. He's 25 on this list. 21, you'll know, we've talked about him, Deion Walker.
He is so large.
Yeah.
He had to duck at SEC Media Days to get into the doorframe, Kentucky.
6'6", 350, guys.
Huge.
6'6", 350.
Huge.
From the interior last year, 12 and a half tackles, 7.5 sacks. Okay. If you're going to talk SEC football with your friends at the library, you got to know Deion Walker. It's just there are things you got to know. That's number 21 on the list, and that's actually the last one because there was everybody else kind of,
can I give
big
you
names.
Can I give you?
Yes, hit me.
In front of you.
No, I don't have it brought up. These are all ones I put in the document. I don't have it brought up.
He's on the all Meathead team, and he is the next great one at Iowa.
Jay Higgins?
Sebastian Castro.
Oh, wait. I read about him last night. I don't remember who he is, though.
He's the next great white DB at Iowa.
Jay Higgins is a dog, though. You should know Jay Higgins if you don't know Jay Higgins,
in the country coming back.
I'm going to get to we actually have a bit of a tackling scandal that's been going on at Old Dominion that we'll get to next segment.
Oh, Jason Henderson.
Fraud.
Really? He's on the all Meathead team.
I know. I don't want to do. I did not know that. I apologize.
Taylor loves Jason Henderson.
You're not going to love next segment, I don't think.
Really?
We'll get to it.
Hey, can I give Castro stats real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Mind-boggling.
Hell yeah.
74 safety, 74 tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss.
What?
At the safety position, and also added 3 interceptions.
Damn.
And he only surrendered 3.4 yards per passing attempt his way.
All right, give me one more. I got to go out on a make here.
Barrett Carter.
That's Penn. Wait, no, Clemson. Sorry.
Yep.
Clemson. Got to get a little ahead of myself.
You're probably thinking
of Abdul Carter. I was thinking of Abdul Carter for a second. Relax, guys. Okay, we'll count that. That's a dub. Barrett Carter, very good. Yeah, no, that counts.
We'll count it.
Clemson linebacker. Yeah, he's awesome. Now, is he going to be enough for them to beat Georgia week 1?
No.
Probably not.
We had Heather Dinage on the other day, and she went in on Clemson's offense.
On Clemson's offense?
Yeah. And she's like, in their defense, they're going to be good. They've had a good defense. What's that going to change? I'm like, woof. right, Heather.
Gulf South says 6'6" isn't really tall enough to be ducking through standard doorway. I disagree, dude. I'm pretty sure it is, especially when you're 350.
When I say he's legit every single inch of 6'6", he's not 6'4" and a third and claiming 6'6". You know what I mean? Like he was every bit of it.
And look, it could be technically true, but if you're like 2 inches below, you're still going to feel like you have to duck. You're not going to scrape your hair walking through somewhere. All right, Jake, chat's very impressed. That was an oddest performance from you.
I got 2
Excellent
wrong,
job. No, it's you got more right than I thought you would. I forgot you put together the all meathead team though. I thought I was going to get you right off the back with old Thieneman.
No, Bo.
But no
actually,
no chance.
So real quick, I'm trying to think how many were on the all meathead team that you mentioned. Deion Walker's on there.
Yep.
Dylan's on there, as we mentioned already. Watts from Notre Dame's on there. Castro from Iowa's on there. Concepcion from NC State was on there. So that's 5.
That's a good meathead team, Buff.
Yeah.
Nice work
Look
by
at
you.
us. Look at us.
All right, when we get back, I'm going to tell you why Jason Henderson's a fraud. I'm sorry, guys. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. You go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction today for all your outdoor living needs, man. You want to build a pool. You want to build an outdoor kitchen. You want to build just like a living space, a little pergola, bulkhead, any size or type of fence. Put some turf in your yard. Whatever the case is, they build the spaces, you build the memories. And guys, is that not what this is about? Making your home the place you want to hang out, the place your kids want to hang out, the place you'll always remember fondly. They're going to have friends over. You're the cool dad, the cool mom. That's where Pinnacle comes in. And please go to PECbuilt.com because you need to see the work for yourself because the artisanship is going to blow you out the water. Also, all your pool maintenance needs, they can handle that as well. Go to PECbuilt.com.
Go to the website to see what they can do for you residential, but also commercially, right? If you've got a business and you need a pool, you need a fence, you need some artificial turf, they can come in and certainly handle that as well. PECbuilt.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, you know, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, you know. We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Back to school savings at Bayou Ford. $12,000 off F-150, $12,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150, and $10,000 off Expedition. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
The best.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, guys, I didn't want to do it, but I saw this yesterday. This comes from the Split Zone Duo podcast. It's a very good college football podcast hosted by
game? Split Zone Duo. Okay.
Yeah. It's I think it's under whatever umbrella, or at least it spins out of, I think, kind of the Spencer Halliverse, Every Day Should Be Saturday. It's RJ Johnson, I think it is Alex Kirshner, and it's Stephen Godfrey. And it's a very good pod, but Jason Henderson is an Old Dominion linebacker, right? He's number 89 in the top 100 players list. So over the past 2 seasons, Henderson's been a part of 324 tackles in 24 games, an incredible 13.5 per game and 1 for every 5 snaps. In that span, no one else has made even 280 tackles. He has more tackles for loss, 24.5, than missed tackles. He's an absolute tackling machine. So Jason Henderson's very good. Don't get me wrong here. But he has 324 tackles. No one else has 280 in that span. And guys like Jay Higgins exist. Interesting. Here is Alex Kirshner getting to the evidence.
Backer is Jason Henderson for Old Dominion. 2022, 128 assisted tackles credited, 40 more than anybody else. Raised a red flag about it at the time, but I was ignored. 2023, 118 assisted tackles, 16 more than anyone else. First team All-America spot for this. He was 46th and tied for 75th in solo tackles the last 2 years, but he is credited as having dozens more tackles over the past 2 years than any other player in college football, 39 more than second place in 2022. That's 246 credited assisted tackles, 8 per road game, 13.5 per home game. What's the difference between road games and home games? It's the official scorer, who is an Old Dominion employee. This shit is ridiculous. It is a scandal in plain sight. Old Dominion's official scorer is totally distorting the national tackling leaderboard in college football.
So,
bruh,
he's got to show me like,
Come
hey,
on now.
on this play, he got an assisted tackle when he shouldn't have. And maybe they do.
But you're saying, so you just think he plays that much better at home? 13.5 to 8?
I mean, that's
nearly double. It's 5 per game.
Yeah.
So times it by 6.
Yeah,
That's
but
30 per year.
I'm not even saying he's lying,
But he just plays better at home.
No, he's still a beast. Like, he's still very good, obviously. But again, what did they say? 48th and 70th in like solo tackles in those 2 years. He's obviously getting his numbers juiced in. It's not to say that he's not good at all. But 13.5 to 8, you're not even trying to hide it.
Again,
that's nearly double.
I'm not saying he's lying, but I would have liked to seen some. He showed Henderson going between some bags. Instead of that, put in, hey, on this play, he got an assisted tackle when he was circling the pile.
Wow, big tackles trying to keep Alex Kirshner down. It's like he said, he raised his flag 2 years ago, and guys like you shouted him down. You are all okay with Jason Henderson stealing tackle leads from guys like Jay Higgins.
Just hating on the little man. He's hating on Old Dominion.
I'm not hating on the little man. I'm saying Jay Higgins should be celebrated. This is disrespectful to all the linebackers out there stacking
What
tackles.
name is that on the all-meathead team with
Jay
Henderson?
Higgins.
Thank you.
Should it be next to Jason Henderson?
T-Bob, it sounded smart on the podcast. Like, there's a lot of
He's
numbers.
throwing a bunch of numbers at
Is
you.
16
Are y'all dumb?
No, listen.
Are
he
you?
said
You're just believing it without seeing.
Without seeing
13. I don't, because at a certain point, the numbers tell the story. He's just that much better at home.
Maybe.
Every single game, He's 5.5 assisted tackles better at home.
My top rushing games in my career at LSU, I think of my top 10, I bet 8 would be in Tiger Stadium.
But you weren't an outlier. How does he, 2 years ago, have 40 more assisted tackles than second place?
I get it, but like he pointed out, he's like, in 2023, he had however many solo tackles. That's 16 more than the next player. I'm like, 16 more in 13 games.
He had 60 more assisted tackles because they did 40 in 2022. They flew too close to the sun. They had to back it up a little bit.
16 more than the next closest guy. Is not that many.
Henderson got hurt that year.
Oh, well, there you go. He got hurt. Then that actually explains it. I cannot fathom the pushback here.
Also, Jay Higgins had more tackles than Jason Henderson last year.
What?
Yeah.
Jay Higgins actually had one more tackle.
Jay Higgins is the leading tackler in the country coming back.
Exactly. And so he should. And so he. No, that's what I'm saying. It's a bigger stage. There's more people watching.
So you go to the Big Ten and not the Sun Belt.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're going to commit this crime, the Sun Belt's the perfect place to do it.
So now you're besmirching the Sun Belt, saying it's the little guy. Yeah. He can't keep stats.
No, they can. They're purposefully choosing to distort the stats.
How do you know that?
This is a disrespect to every badass tackler out there. How do I know that?
Yeah, how do you
know that?
Because
again.
Because that TikTok video?
Yes, because it's all outlier numbers. You think this random player is simultaneously 40 assisted tackles better than everybody in the country?
Maybe.
And just happens to be 5.5 assisted tackles at home when he has a school employee recording his numbers? Are we crazy? Am I getting crazy pills?
This is not a shot at Jay Higgins. He's a great player. Would you say that tackles for a loss, that couldn't be skewed? I mean, you either had a tackle for a loss or you didn't. Jay Higgins last year had 5 tackles for a loss. Jason Henderson had 19.5.
It's not to say that he's not a great player.
19.5?
He had 19.5 tackles for a loss. He had 4.5 sacks.
But you know
Jay Higgins, 5 for a loss, 2 sacks.
So you know what sucks about this, though?
So is the
for
outlier
Henderson,
really that far off then?
Yes.
Like, is it that far off that he's an outlier when you just read that stat?
Well, but this is the problem, right? Is that this calls everything into question. This is most unfair to Jason Henderson. Because now everything that he does has a shadow cast over it. Because Old Dominion's trying to juice his numbers and get their best player some love.
Oh, and also
he doesn't need his numbers juiced.
19.5 tackles to Higgins' 5. Higgins played 2 more games than Jason Henderson last year, and he had 19.5 tackles in 12 games. Henderson had 5 in 14 games.
What are you talking about?
Like Henderson
you haven't shown reasonable doubt yet.
Yeah, Henderson had that many more tackles for a loss than Jay Higgins, and he played 2 less games.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
I need reasonable doubt.
Must be the best player that's ever existed.
I need video evidence.
Yeah, but
because the jury right now, they're not even hearing your case.
That's fine. That's fine. You know what? You guys are the problem with modern society. Okay, because evidence means nothing to you.
You believe
you don't
the TikTok
care.
video.
That's
with no evidence.
Exactly. That's a great way to debase it because there's very simple.
You basically
numbers.
Are like, hey,
very simple
y'all don't
numbers.
believe me because you don't listen to this guy on the podcast.
Jake, it's when I had to do the fact check on Mickey Loomis. It's the same thing. On the surface, you are correct. When he broke down, Bill Walsh had this, Tom Landry had this. When you take a deeper dive, though, there's more numbers that back up Jason Henderson, I feel like, than work against him. I just feel like it's a lot of give and take. They made a compelling argument, but they only really showed one side of it.
Okay, explain the disparity between the assisted tackles.
He had more 16 more assisted tackles in one season.
40 more when he played 2 less games last year. It still had 16 more. Thank you. So 40 more the year before would have been on pace for around 40 this year. No, explain the disparity. If you want to explain that one, sure. I'm saying explain the disparity between home and away.
I think anybody. Okay, let's go look at what is Jay Higgins. Did he?
Yeah, I think I need to hear somebody else's home and away split.
What is anybody?
These are not random dudes on TikTok. These are all certified college football journalists and media members. Stephen Godfrey has busted major. No, Chat did.
No,
Stephen Godfrey has busted major stories.
But he pointed out the disparity between Jason Henderson's home and away, but he didn't show it against anybody else. He only did half the homework. Like, what is everybody else's disparity?
I need to know, Matt Salopek at Miami, Ohio, he had 144
theories.
tackles. What is his home and away split?
What is everybody else's home and away, tackle total?
Yeah, because then, that's evidence to the court.
Yeah, let's compare it to somebody else. Like, again, when Mickey Loomis was like, Tom Landry didn't win a game. Yeah, he didn't. That was the Cowboys' first year as a franchise. They were obviously going to suck. Like stuff like that gets left out a lot of times.
All right. We're going. Let's watch. We'll continue to research Jason Henderson. Then I will continue to fight this fight, and I'll see if I can come up with some more convincing evidence. Because right now it feels like y'all are all letting an Old Dominion scorekeeper pull y'all's strings like your little marionettes.
This is such a weird hill to die on.
I mean, but you're letting
podcast,
like the 3 podcast guys kind of do the same to you.
I would say
and
that
he
I'm
makes
letting the
fun
raw
of like
numbers.
me when I talk about conspiracy
numbers.
theories, but he's doing the same thing right now.
Hey, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. I just happen to be in the latter. Former.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, you are in the latter.
All right, when we get back, let's close that hour 2, Mojo.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. You go to All-Star Toyota today, and look, man, I don't care if you want new, used, whatever the case may be. You want to custom order something, you can either do that online on the website, or you can go in and be like, hey, I want the Murdered Out Mini. Hell yeah, you do. Trust me, you actually do. Or Murdered Out Sequoia, because Toyota Sequoia is mind-blowing. But the Tundra's great. RAV4, Highlander, all of it. Okay? It's excellent. And again, they have all price points. They have new, used, rent, whatever. Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com today.
When you go to the website, remember, check out what you can buy new, check out what you can lease, and check out what you can rent. T-Bob and I have used all 3 of those processes, and you'll be incredibly happy. And again, whatever your needs are, like if you're wanting to rent for a weekend getaway to watch the Tigers play, remember everything they have is available in that rental process. Go to the website today, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscone. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move.
I found some people who aren't sheep that are awake.
No, you are
that are
not.
willing
You're not calling
to
us
open up
sheep
their.
for
Yeah,
this.
y'all are sheep.
No,
you're the
y'all are
sheep.
sheep.
No. TikTok video.
Hey,
with
this
zero
podcast
evidence.
has a name
TikTok
about
video
a
with
run.
zero evidence.
It's not like TikTok's like
Zero
the largest
evidence.
form of information on
And
the
that's
entire
sad.
planet.
And that's sad.
Yep.
It is. It really is.
It is. The jury in this case is like rolling their eyes, like there's so much reasonable doubt in your argument that we're not even going to take it
You
to
know
trial.
who believes me?
This is
James
so
Madison fans. They agree.
You know what? That's
the Sun Belt
exactly who you
rival.
need in your
Yes.
in your
Kurt
corner.
Signetti probably believes me.
He's not there anymore.
I know.
Higgins
but
averages-
You know who
Talk
else
about
probably believes you too, Alex
Wait,
Jones?
go.
Jay Higgins averages 2 more assisted tackles per game at home than he does on the road.
2 more and
Take
5.5
that.
is a
Take
massive
that.
difference.
Off the
That's
bench
over
with Hester
double.
and
Taylor,
T-Bob.
what are you talking about?
Oops.
Jay
Take
Higgins
that.
basically
Take
does the
that,
same
T-Bob.
thing. He does the
Take
same thing
that.
on the road at
He
home.
just makes more tackles.
He
T-Bob.
does the same
Everybody
thing Jay
plays
Higgins
better
does.
at home.
He does the same things
He
Jay
just
Higgins
makes
does.
that many more
Henderson
tackles.
does not.
Everybody plays better
You
at
just
home.
proved my point.
Everybody.
No, he just makes
Would
that
you have
many more
snapped that
tackles.
ball
My
at
point.
Tennessee?
You
Probably
thought-
not, but you snapped it in
thought
Death
you had
Valley.
the dismount and you snapped
Nope.
your fibula when you landed.
If you were in Neyland, you wouldn't have snapped that ball, but you did at home.
K to Z window coverings, KTOZ blinds.com, KTOZ blinds.com. Yeah, 2 tackles, no 5.5. What are we talking
Do the
about?
read.
K to Z blinds. You go there today. Get some drop down exterior shades. Exactly, Taylor. You want to watch football outside where you're grilling, chilling, you outdoor TV, cool down the inside of your house. I feel vindicated.
Do you want to see home
K to Z
tackles by
window
James
coverings.
Henderson? Get the shade, drop it down, and watch Old Dominion.
K to Z blinds.com.
Back to school savings at Bayou Ford. $12,000 off F-150, $12,000 off the new 2024 Ford F-150, and $10,000 off Expedition. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Oshner.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Friday, August 16th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 96. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll have a full hour of Champagne Shenanigans. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
We're just 60 minutes away from the end of the OTB work week. Screw it. Why not start now? Pop the cork and pass the glass. This is Champagne Shenanigans with Rivers Huey on Off the Bench. Now, here's T-Bob Hebert, Jacob Hester, and Rivers Huey.
Yo, what's happening, yo? What's going on?
I just got a message.
Yeah.
From someone who used to work at Old Dominion.
Yes.
This is true story.
Tell them to tell the truth.
That ask if we want to try to get the scorekeeper on the show to clear out the conspiracy.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't know what I walked into, but
I told you.
There's so intense.
You know, have you heard of the Split Zone Duo podcast?
Yes.
Yeah. So Alex Kirshner on there has he's been on this for a while apparently, and people not getting traction. There's an Old Dominion linebacker, Jason Henderson, who has like led the nation in tackles, all this sort of stuff, right?
Okay.
But 2 years ago, he had 40 more assisted tackles than anybody in the country, and last year was 16, but he missed 2 games. But at home, he averages 13.5 assisted tackles per game. On the road, it's 8.
Okay.
And the difference being, at home, you have an Old Dominion scorekeeper, an employee who can just stack those.
That's where the conspiracy thing is going. Okay,
yes,
I get it now.
But within the evidence that was brought to the court, there was literally no video evidence to say he got a tackle on his stat line.
Just assume it.
On
It's
this play.
speculation. This is allegedly happening.
Make it clear that the 3, I don't know what side you're on, but the 3 of us have the stat keepers back.
Yeah.
I heard a bit of this as I was driving in. Atmospheric conditions not optimal outside today, so terrestrial radio is not doing it. So I heard bits and pieces of you just yelling.
Yeah.
And I heard
I got
conspiracy theory,
very
and then I walked into this room, and you're using your hands a lot, and you're shouting about percentages.
Yeah, you're talking about big percentages.
It was a lot.
Okay, can I calmly make my percentage point?
No.
Sure.
What did we just?
Can I calm?
I don't think
this
it's
be the
going to
last,
be calm.
Guys, this will be the last thing that I'll say on it. I promise you. Okay. So Taylor looked up Jay Higgins' stats, the excellent Iowa linebacker. He averages 2 more tackles at home than he does on the road. People play better at home.
Assisted.
2 more assisted tackles. The point is, out of his total tackles, that represents about an 18% difference. That's a level of variance between home and away that is completely understandable. Crowd noise and all that. Yeah, you play better at home. From a percentage standpoint, what is 5.5 out of 13? Nearly 50%, right? So you're telling me...
I just saw Alondra's eyes like go back. She's like thinking about it. She's like, yeah, sure.
I have no idea.
I think they were rolling at the conversation.
That's about 40 to 45%. So you're telling me that Jason Henderson is just a 40 to 45% better player when at home?
I don't know.
And
Maybe.
you have the correlating factor of it being a smaller school with not as many fact checkers, not as many eyeballs, and a Old Dominion
you
employee.
were basically calling their statistician just a liar.
This is defamation.
I am. And you know what the worst part
Bad
is? You know
defamation.
what the worst part is? They may not even realize they're fully doing it. Jay Higgins gets like a finger on there, and they're like, or Henderson gets like a finger in there, and they're like, oh yeah, he was in on that because they love him.
But who's to say that it's not?
It's all they got to hang their hat on.
What if that finger brought him down?
And guess what?
What if it
Mr.
was the force that
Statistician?
brought him down?
Unfortunately, you're only hurting Jason Henderson in the end because now we're having this conversation.
But is he? Because he's an All-American. He's on the All-Meathead team, and we're talking about him.
Even worse, stolen valor. You're giving Jason Henderson stolen valor. I hope you're happy, dude.
Oh,
not letting him earn it on his own. You're casting his reputation into tatters.
For me, you're still too gritty to be pretty, bud.
He's a beast. Jason's a beast. To be clear, he is. A
It
beast.
sounds like you're taking away from him.
Am I taking away, or am I asking for an honest accounting? You know, it's all we want in life. It's all we want in life is to know that when I see something, can I trust that this information is real? We already live in an age of so much information that everything becomes disinformation. And here we sit again at a crossroads, only this time about something that actually matters.
Lots of disinformation on
College
TikTok.
football tackle leads.
Yeah.
You know? These are the, when we look back in 100 years, these are the conversations that will define this era. These are the
That's
conversations
what many are
of our
saying.
time. I agree.
That's what many are saying.
It's like World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War, the creation of the internet, and Jason Henderson's tackling
It
scandal.
honestly keeps me up at night.
Me too. Good catch.
Ooh, I saw that. Okay, T-Bob was too busy conspiracy theorying over there.
It didn't come over here.
You don't want to use my cups? Look,
Oh, you got
we're we are getting real loosey-goosey with these cups.
Look at that, guys.
Look
You
at
got,
that.
some dinosaur birthday
Don't worry.
cups.
I just
What is that
I
say
don't
on there?
know. It
Just
says
roar.
roar.
That's how I feel.
That looks like something like you get the
yes.
dentist when you have to use
Do
the
you
mouthwash.
we swish? Yeah, or you're at a 4-year-old birthday party who
looks
loves
like
dinosaurs.
The alcohol is going to chew through the cup and just start seeping
It's
out.
better than those like
of
punch
its own
cups
accord.
that I brought the one time that were like bowls.
Yeah, yeah.
But shout out to the guys at the Burfy, which is the gas station by my house. I go there every Friday because I always say I'm going to get the champagne the night before. I never get the champagne the night before, so I always stop there on the way here. And I think there were 2 guys there that maybe work for like a liquor distributor. They have a wide selection of whiskey and bourbon.
Yeah, I've
you
always
didn't
heard
know
that about
that.
the
Yeah.
Burf.
Well, no, I mean, like, it's like, I think you have to get on like a wait list. It's like very
wow.
expensive stuff. But anyways, there were people back there like stocking it, these 2 men, and they were like, oh, starting the morning right, huh?
Yeah.
And I usually don't engage because I'm just tired. I'm trying to get in and out. But I was like, you know what? I'll talk to these guys. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm on a radio show for the last hour of the show. We drink champagne on Fridays. And they were like, oh, what radio show? And then turns out, guess who's fans of the show?
Nice. The
The guys at the Burfy.
Hell yeah, dude.
I should have had that
Shout out,
conversation
dude.
with them sooner.
Yeah.
They're probably like, why is this girl in here every Friday?
I just wonder. So for those that don't
I
know,
think we're really going to get the Old Dominion guy on, by the way.
Hell
Good,
yeah.
let's do it.
Right now?
No, maybe not today,
Okay.
but it's in the works.
Again,
Oh, God, it does feel
You
like
better,
it's
you
coming.
better be this
T-Bob's
bold to
fighting
him.
this guy. We got to make
Yeah.
sure it's not an in-person interview.
I'm going to tell you this. I will confront this person. I will
I know you
confront
will.
this person.
Better
But,
keep that same energy.
Oh.
but I don't believe.
I don't like it.
I think there's a world out there where they're not even doing it super maliciously. I
He's
think
already
they
walking it
love.
back.
I think they love. No, I just said this a couple minutes ago. I think they love Jason Henderson, and I think even if he breathes on the guy or jumps on the pile, they're giving him an assisted tackle, which is not generally what you do. I don't think. I mean, Jason Henderson's still awesome. Like Taylor made a good point. The TFLs, it's hard to fake TFLs. If you're juicing TFLs, I feel like you should probably get caught. So Alex Kirshner, the guy that originally broke the story,
I feel like he's always in something. He's always trying to like, I don't know, get somebody at something.
I don't know
on
him.
Twitter.
Who's he work for?
He used to work for, was it SB Nation? No. He worked with Everyday. Well,
That's
he's
what I said.
friends.
They all
He's
come
friends
out-
with
they
all
all
those
come out of the
guys.
Spencer verse,
Yes,
the
yes.
Spencer
He's
verse.
friends with Spencer Hall, and they did a lot of stuff together. But I can't remember who he technically was with.
Probably SB Nation.
Maybe. But I do feel like he is a bit of a conspiracy theorist.
But again,
Like, sports-wise.
But these guys break stories. I mean, like
Yeah.
Godfrey's broken huge stories.
He's always
before.
asking questions out there on Twitter. You know?
So Alex says PFF is the one outlet doing. Because I literally tweeted him in all caps. Alex, I'm trying to convince the other bastards on my show about this. And they're
Wow.
calling me a conspiracy theorist.
That's
Dang.
crazy.
So you just going to talk about my dad like that? Call me a bastard?
No, not a literal bastard. Like a fun, cheeky thing. Like you're from the UK or something. Alex says
he means it with love. Jake.
Yeah.
PFF is the one outlet doing national tackle charting that isn't controlled by home stadium and official scores, and they chart dozens fewer tackles.
This man went to Twitter and went with the other guys like, hey, these losers on my show don't believe me.
Yeah.
That's not a foxhole move, literally
It's really
at
not.
all.
It is probably the definition of not.
Yeah.
Called us a name, too.
Calling us names.
Again.
Going to somebody
Again,
else.
bastard said with love, guys.
I don't know that
Yeah.
can be.
Absolutely. It's like saying no offense. Okay? Look it up.
No offense, but.
Yeah. Now, here's the other part. Most of Old Dominion's film is unavailable publicly because of ESPN Plus's interface.
It's convenient.
Also, since 2009, there has not been a single assisted tackle season charted anywhere close to the last two. Alex says, in his opinion, he thinks ODU just really likes to score assisted tackles. But overall, he's likely made his very impressive numbers even higher. Again, just a little extra juice to a player that's already great.
Ask him about the tackles for a loss for me. 19.5 to 5.5. You good?
Wow. So see, now you're just trying to tear down Jay Higgins.
No, I'm just saying.
It's so sad. I hate to see it.
You're trying to.
I just think it's convenient where they're like, there's no record of this.
Besmirch
Okay, well, how many
Old
other
Dominion.
guys could this have happened to?
I'm trying to champion
use of
truth,
besmirch.
Alondra. There's a difference.
With
He's
zero
going-
proof.
He's going out of his way to tear down.
None.
Again, I think there's a lot of outlying numbers here. Like a lot of numbers that are outliers that y'all are saying is not proof. Maybe, you know what, to be fair, there has to be an outlier eventually, right? So maybe he is a mathematical anomaly.
Maybe.
Maybe he drinks that Looney Tune juice during the
Maybe.
home games, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I've said my piece.
Maybe they only get my high
I
at home
certainly
games.
do not believe that. I feel like you have not said your piece. I
I've
feel
said
like
my-
you will continue to bring it
Nope.
up for the rest of this hour.
No, I'm not going to bring it up
I
again. This
do
is
not feel like
No.
that's true.
Alex is going to say something else to you on Twitter, and you're going to bring it up.
like we're going to talk about this again.
I'm done.
but-
I'm done. I've said my piece. What's going on? Who else? What we got going on?
What
this
are we
weekend?
doing here?
What's everybody doing this weekend,
Whew.
guys?
Look, I put stuff in the document here.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see it. Hell yeah. Let's go. I did not have a great prep day today,
No,
to be
it's
fair.
I think, and some of this you may have already talked about. So, I think the most important thing is the not report about weddings. Have y'all talked about that
I
yet?
did a whole segment.
yeah,
on it.
that was
Cool.
already
Okay, so then we will not talk about
We
it.
led the show with it yesterday.
Cool.
Good job, Taylor.
Good job, Taylor. Did y'all have an opinion about it? I mean, what was? I mean, you don't have to give me the whole segment again. Just like
I
what
think-
around the room. I'm just curious.
I think.
Like quick.
I think if you can't give up a game to go to a loved one's wedding, then just don't even go to the wedding.
Okay. What do you think, Taylor?
Yeah, I'm not going to the wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going.
Cool.
Then don't be
Easy.
friends with that
So
person
then we
anymore.
have a clear thing. Well,
Easy answer.
you know what? I lived in Taylor's world for a long time. I did, and I don't know that I'm fully like. Yes, if I love this person, I'm gonna go to the wedding. I'm not gonna be happy about it, but I'm gonna go. But I think now, as I've gotten older, I've landed somewhere in the middle. Like, here's the deal: it is your wedding day. You get to be as selfish as you want. You get to make selfish decisions that you like that support you and what your partner wants and all of that. But you have to recognize, I think that there's a direct correlation in how selfish you are and how many guests are going to show
How
up.
selfish your guests will be.
Yes. And so then you just got to decide what your selfish move is. And so I don't know. You just have to understand that if some guy is the biggest Texas fan that ever lived, you get married on October 12th. I mean, he's not going to be happy about it. And if he's only kind of a casual friend, he's probably not going to be there.
That's
and you
what
just
I
got
was
to be
gonna
okay
say.
with
That's
that.
fine.
And you
If
just got to be
it's-
okay with
if
that.
I can see
not-
both sides to this,
Yeah.
to
if
be
it's
honest.
not blood, I'm not going.
Yeah.
If it is blood, I'll go.
I
But if
guess
it's
in
not
my head,
blood,
I'm
not
thinking of
going.
people that
Like
I'm close with.
friends.
Yeah.
Yes. No, obviously those people hopefully will continue to show up no matter what.
The other part of this is I always tell myself this at weddings when I'm a guest, especially if I'm not in the party. Doesn't actually matter if I'm there or not.
It really doesn't. They're not going to remember.
Nobody cares about this. Is not about me at all. Oh man, I forgot my belt or I forgot this. Whatever. Just go have fun. It's not actually about you. So since it's not about me, I respectfully recuse myself from the situation, and I will be watching football.
And look, I have a father who told me straight up,
Don't get
I
married
will
on
not
Mississippi
pay
State
for
Game.
a wedding during football season.
Oh,
Like
wow.
that is straight
Hell
up
yeah,
Jay
Jay, that's a
Rester.
real one.
I mean, like, and he said, "Hey, you want to get married during football season? That's fine. I am not going to pay for it." And so you make your decision. And well, I made my decision. So.
Jake, you gonna hit Harlow with that same ultimatum one day?
Felt a little intense,
I
but
think if Harlow's raised with 4 older brothers that live football, like she's gonna like probably live it as well.
Well, because there's not, even if I had, like, I didn't want to, but, like, even if I had wanted to, I recognize that everybody is a fan of somebody. So, like, most of my friends were Mississippi State fans. I got married very young, right out of college. Like, all my friends are pretty much still around me. But, like, we could have gotten married on an off weekend, but that's not everyone's off weekend, and somebody's going to be a fan of some team. So, I don't know. I guess that was my consideration.
Fall weddings in college football season are just a little, they're a little controversial.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it is the best time to get married.
Yeah.
But that's why Louisiana's actually maybe a bit of a accidental, what do you call accidental luck? It's a good word for it. What's the word I'm looking for?
Serendipity, a fortunate accident.
Wow. Taylor is
the literal
killing it today.
Wow.
The literal exact
Do
word
you
that I
have
was looking
a
for.
thesaurus back there?
Good job.
No, I'm looking at Nathaniel Watson's assisted tackles for Mississippi State from last year.
I am currently over here. I'm watching Old Dominion and Marshall.
I do love that we're having a show
right
and
now.
no one's engaging.
Nathaniel
but it's
Watson
fine.
had
We're
102 assisted tackles last year, so there's something fishy about that guy, too.
This Old Dominion stuff has taken over.
I don't even think that's what Jake's doing. Is that what you're doing?
No,
Yeah.
watching Old Dominion Marshall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even. I think he's
That's
just
what
over
I'm
here on his
saying.
computer.
This Old Dominion stuff.
Yeah.
But serendipity, yes.
42 is the player in question here.
Okay, are we going back to that now?
There is
sorry.
no, just watch. Just let me know what you think. But there's something serendipitous about the fact that there's so much Catholicism in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Because I believe it's something about you can only get married on like a Friday.
No,
or you can't drink alcohol on a Saturday. What is it? There's
No.
like,
You can get married whatever day you want. The price changes. They have
No,
to.
I know the price changes, but I thought there was something
A lot of
with Catholics about being married on Saturdays that were a bit weird. Because I've been to multiple,
a lot of them
like,
get married on
Lafayette-
Fridays.
Yeah, why is that?
Because I think the church is being used on Saturdays for mass and such. It's,
I
a lot
thought
of
it was
churches
something
will
else.
not offer that to you.
I thought it was something else. No, I know Fridays and Sundays have always been cheaper, but I thought there was something specific with Catholicism.
Well, I
But
mean,
that could be off base here.
It's like
I've been to a
during
lot of
Lent,
Saturday
you can't
Catholic
do it
weddings.
on Saturday.
Well, maybe. I've been to a lot of Saturday Catholic weddings.
I feel like I have too, but I
I've been
feel
a
like
lot
there
of
was something
Fridays.
in Lafayette.
Yeah, there's Fridays.
Been a
Fridays.
ton
Well,
of
but that's a
Fridays.
Louisiana thing because, like,
Don't
all
get
the
married on Saturday.
well, no, all the Catholic people I know from Mississippi get married on Saturdays, but most of the Catholic
So-
people I know that get married here do it on Fridays.
I
so I
kind
don't
of
know.
feel like, for some reason, I'm thinking it's like even like
I don't think it's a
Lafayette
religious thing.
specifically or something.
Maybe, but that would work during the football season thing.
Exactly. That's where the serendipity comes in.
Okay,
And
serendipity.
if there are rules against it, that it works out because you can
Yeah, get around it.
maybe it's on a per diocese like basis.
I think it has to do with the calendar.
Yeah, maybe.
Like Advent, Lent.
Yeah, but like I don't know
etc.
if that's true because in Mississippi people were always getting married on
Yeah.
Saturdays. Like
Well, I
I
don't know,
never
like-
went to a Friday wedding before I lived in Louisiana.
I'm
I don't
sure
know.
I'm sure chat will.
Big Grateful Dead guy now, huh?
No,
Dead Company, though. He's more of
Well,
a
but
Dead
like,
Company.
I mean, I don't think I'm just mean. Like having not heard one song now, he's like full.
Oh
in.
no! I've listened to.
Well, no, you went. I know.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but like for years now, 1 weekend a year, we go to the lake and all we do is fly in space and listen to Grateful Dead. So I've had.
Well,
I've
this
had
is based
a
on what you
few-
told me. You said you couldn't name one Grateful Dead song
No,
before
but
you
yes,
went.
yes, no, I still can't.
I'm just using that information.
That's the thing about Grateful Dead to me though is it really all feels like one giant song. Like it's very tough for me to figure out where one song ends and the next begins. And you have your obvious stuff like
It's very
drums
jam
in
bandy.
space. It is very jam band. It's kind of a jam band element, right? But especially Grateful Dead, it feels like they're discovering the music a lot of times. It's always existed as opposed to like creating it.
I think
But,
my point, where I was going with this,
Yeah.
is not to question. You got very defensive there. Not to question your love for Grateful Dead. It was more to point out
I
that you
actually
have
don't-
found a shirt you like.
I actually don't have a ton of love for Grateful Dead,
Okay,
which
well,
is odd though.
all right. My point was you wear that shirt a lot. That's where I was going with this.
Well, feels like you're a bit off the mark.
You
No,
look-
I am not like.
You
I,
find a shirt, but look,
I
T-Bob
had
finds
so
a shirt
much
he likes,
fun.
and he wears it.
I had so much fun with at the concert, and I have so much fun listening. But all my like everybody else I know that I went with has gone like full Deadhead, like life changing, like all they do now.
Okay.
And it
That
just,
feels like a decision.
It did not quite get
Resonate
me
with you that much.
to the same way. I had one of the best nights ever. I love it. When I love it, I don't find myself casually listening to it. Still. Yeah. I'm in a weird music hole though. I need some good casual listening stuff. I got nothing right now. All right. When we get back, let's just continue champagne shenanigans. Keep it locked. OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. You go to Central Plumbing today, and look, everybody's licensed, bonded, and insured. They do 24/7 emergency service. They have half a century worth of experience, guys, so they know how to solve everything. How do you last half a century? Well, because your customers are consistently satisfied, right? And so take advantage. Any plumbing problems, it's one call to fix it all. Centralplumbing.org, 925-8552.
Go to the website today. Remember, they can upgrade you as well, not only in emergencies. So if you're looking to upgrade at your home or business, they can come in and they can do that. If you at your home need a new vanity, new shower, new tub, like whatever it is, they've got you covered. If you want to go tankless today with a tankless water heater, never run out of hot water again, that is also the place to go. Commercial, they can do it, not too big, never too big, over at Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, you know, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, you know. We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
You know what we haven't talked about today that actually looks pretty badass? Or at least, I don't know, we'll see if the show's good or not, but it can't, be anything but probably good for LSU is that new Amazon show.
Yeah, that's great.
The money game.
The money game, yeah.
Is that made by the LSU Gold production team? It literally looks like LSU made that and then Amazon just slapped their name on it.
I mean,
Probably did.
It feels like I can see Cody Worsham's fingerprints
We don't
all
talk
throughout
about him. Not until after September the 2nd.
Well, I feel like LSU set such a high bar. They did it so right when, in the NIL space in the beginning. And I'm sure that was a lot of hard work and knowledge, or maybe it was luck. I have no idea, but they did it so right in ways that people did it so wrong. And I think that
sorry, bad champion.
So I think that that show is going to be just a lot of LSU people.
Well, no, I think it's all.
It's just LSU. Well, then that makes sense to me.
It's Livy Dunn,
that.
Angel Reese, Jaden Daniels, and Flage.
That makes sense.
And then. Gosh, a basketball player and a track.
There's that Instagram guy. There's a guy who's on the basketball team. I don't know his name, but he's really big on Instagram.
Okay.
And TikTok.
No, well, I mean that makes sense to me because again, LSU did such a good job of that right out of the gate, and so should be. I think that should be studied.
Like all things in life, a bit serendipitous as well, right? In that when this breaks, you have the gymnast who has the most TikTok followers. You have the athlete that has more followers than anybody in the country.
Yeah.
You have Angel Reese at a time when, for whatever, mixture was in the air, women's basketball was just ready to explode. And you have a girl who set records, national champion, that just transferred from Maryland. The timing of it all is actually kind of insane. And then you have a guy who goes and wins the Heisman immediately after this all gets
So I don't know so much about Jaden, but I've thought a lot about Angel and Livy. And I think something that they did so well, and I don't know that necessarily it was LSU or it was more them, and they, again, just understood the space really well. But what they did that was so important, both of those women, is they separated themselves almost from the university. They created their own brand. Yes, they go to LSU. And yes, Livy is a gymnast, and Angel played basketball, and for sure. And they did stuff with that, but they made it to where when they are done, when Livy's done with college gymnastics, she is still going to have a giant brand that has nothing to do with gymnastics.
Yes.
A lot of people don't, we associate her with gymnastics because we're here and we're in it. A lot of people don't even think about her in gymnastics. Angel's a little different because she's gone on and she's going pro and whatever. But they both did such a good job of creating a space for them that had nothing to do with their sport. And so that way they can continue to go forward if they decide not to continue with their sport.
I would say maybe sub out Angel for Flage because remember, she already had the huge YouTube channel.
But Angel still did. Angel was in Vogue. She broke.
Wasn't that post LSU though?
Yes, but it had nothing to do with LSU. It had to do with her brand.
I don't think that
Vogue covered Angel because she went to LSU.
No. But I think
Vogue covered Angel because she had created a big enough brand that people who read Vogue care about what Angel is doing.
I agree that Angel has transcended, obviously.
And I'm not saying Flage has not. She also is another good example of it.
But Livy, it doesn't matter who wherever Livy was. Her empire was her empire.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Flage, same thing. I think Angel coming from Maryland needed that magical title run, the Caitlin Clark rivalry, and all that put her over the top. And then she broke away.
That was not to take away from LSU.
I don't think anybody's taking away from anything.
She did all of that right. She had all of that, the Caitlin Clark stuff, the run. And then she was like, what do I need to do here? And she made the right decisions to create her brand.
Absolutely.
And so I don't know if that's as true about Jaden.
No. I mean, well, Jaden.
That makes sense. I guess that's where I was going with that. I think those women did such a good job of creating two spaces for themselves. And Jaden, everyone loves him, and he won the Heisman, and
yeah, but his brand doesn't even come close to theirs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so if he stops playing football,
what
happens?
His brand, he might become a superstar through the NFL, but no, he's definitely more purely sports based. Whereas they have those guys. But that's kind of been one of the nice parts of NIL is women are able to become superstars in a way many times that the men are not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's,
I
so
think, like
funny
I
that we
said, I
tried
think
to
a lot of
argue
it is
against it for so long.
understanding the space.
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
they did.
That's fair.
And I'm sure they also worked with brilliant people from LSU who helped them understand the space.
But yeah, that thing's. I'm gonna watch it for this job. I don't know if I'm being 100% honest. I would watch it if I was just like a casual, everyday citizen. But I'm very intrigued.
You got any thoughts, Jake?
To see what it is.
I'm going to watch it. I mean, I'm going to watch it, and I think that everybody kind of came into the conversation they are having. Some did come into it with already some juice and some notoriety, and LSU certainly helped in different ways, but they've done a fantastic job of taking what they had and then making it their own, which is very hard to do, and it can be scary at times. You kind of lean on the LSU brand, but they did that long enough for them to create their own brand, and then they've made it kind of their own. I mean, I would say the same thing with Joe Burrow too. Like, he wasn't in the NIL space, but same thing for Joe. Like, he goes from Ohio State to LSU. LSU they had this special run, but then now Joe is Joe. Yeah, it's not really tied into LSU, but they've done a nice job of creating that here, but also taking it, because it's not. Look, you can have your brand here, and then you try to go do it elsewhere, and it doesn't work out. Jets has done a great job. Joe, Jamar, all these guys that we talk about.
Well, the kid on the basketball team too. I mean, he exists independently of the sport,
for sure.
Right? Like, he's an
wherever he would have gone.
I mean, look, I recognize that Joe Burrow existed in the space because he was such a good football player, and LSU did that, But again, he has transcended that. Like, he is walking. Oh, I know, but he is a really good example, and I guess he's similar to Angel in that, would that have happened if he hadn't had LSU?
No,
I think this would have happened for Livy, maybe if she was anywhere.
Livy would have been anywhere.
Joe, LSU got him there, but then he didn't stop there. He really worked for it. He's walking runways in Paris. He stops playing football. That man's going to do whatever he wants to do.
I was talking to Jordan Jefferson at Ridley's wedding. He had just flown all the way from Paris Fashion Week to Mexico for the wedding. Jet lag, tired as hell, but I was just like,
because he's helping his brother.
Yeah, he runs a lot of. He's an agent. He cuts a lot of NIL deals, and then also he runs some of his brother stuff. Yeah. But yeah, what a life these cats are living. Walking the Versace runway at Paris Fashion Week, I would kill it.
That man just got his whole back out.
Put me in Paris Fashion Week and watch me shine.
It was a questionable outfit.
Well, he said, somebody asked, I think it was maybe he was on Pardon My Take or something, and they asked him about it, and he was like, they were like, how'd you feel about it? He's like, look.
What are you going to say, no?
They gave it to me. I wore it.
I'm loving the Joe Burrow photo dumps that he's been posting lately, though, because I feel like he was like, it was all.
Feels very single.
Yes, it does. And that's where I was going with this. But it was all football. And then suddenly it's Paris Fashion Week.
Well, but I think he understands.
Yeah, he does.
He's starting to understand it. He has to do that stuff,
Dyed his hair. You know what it really was that made me think it feels single? The bleach and buzz.
The hair.
He was a victim to the bleach and buzz.
Yeah.
Everybody does something drastic.
A victim too.
Everybody does something drastic to their hair when they're going through something.
It's his bangs.
Advocate
Not
advocate
that anything
for
happened
him.
to me. I just wanted bangs.
You're like, to be clear, no, your bangs look great.
To maybe advocate for him. It could be the hair could also be football related because he's in need of a big season.
Well, he said why he did it.
He's in need of a big season. He's taking a step back in everybody's eyes a little bit.
Do we not believe his story about it?
What do you say?
Well, he said that he made a deal with somebody else that they were going to do it together for some reason. I can't remember what the reason was, but there was he didn't just do it.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe that's just his justification.
Does he need to focus on football, guys?
Oh, God.
Taylor, what do you think? I know that feels like a take that's perfectly made for you.
What?
Is Joe Burrow getting distracted? Does he need to focus on football?
No. I mean, Joe Burrow's play hasn't decreased. He's just been hurt. I don't think it has anything to do with off the field.
Yeah.
But what if he comes back? What if he comes back?
Locking in.
Look, I'll be honest, though.
Check back in with Taylor.
A little less Versace, a little more throw the ball.
I'm in the minority on this.
Joe.
I'm in the minority on this. I hate the hair. I can't stand it.
Oh, yeah, we talked about
I think
that.
it's awful.
I like the hair.
I feel pretty neutral about it.
I feel like this is his way of locking in.
I feel like that's not surprising. You hate it.
Yeah. I think that's
I mean, you're pretty dangerous.
As a blonde, I can't do it.
Stolen valor.
Have had so many different hair colors and hairstyles that I get it. You're just you're just dipping your toe in.
Yeah.
You just want to see how it feels.
Yeah, I agree. I like to change hair every couple of years, I feel like.
I love to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to break. And
have y'all talked about Will Levis's cologne?
Yep.
Of course you have.
Yeah.
God, y'all can't wait for
You
Friday
know-
for
you know-
anything.
dude, you know I love
that
Will
is
Levis
so.
quote.
But I love mayonnaise.
I
Now,
love mayonnaise too.
We do.
Y'all
We're a
just-
mayonnaise
Y'all
team.
just couldn't.
I saw
wait
the
for
commercial.
Friday?
I said, mayonnaise, some good abs he has.
Oh, did you already say it on air and you just wanted somebody else to laugh at it?
No, I stole that joke though. That comes
Oh.
from Blue Collar Comedy Tour, their old redneck dictionary. Yeah. But I like it. It's a good joke.
Yeah.
Which one did you write down because you're going to use it
The
so
weight.
much?
Yeah. Check it. Let me test it out. Check this out.
Okay, okay.
I used to have a weight problem, and then I hurried up.
You did what?
And then I hurried up. I used to have a weight problem, and then I hurried up.
And you hurried up.
Yeah.
He's not
I think you
waiting,
kind of messed
he's
it up.
hurrying.
Because you
What did-
said,
what did I say the other
but
day?
then they told me to hurry up.
Oh, you're right. Okay, my bad. Okay,
I didn't- that did not-
Reset. Take three. Ready?
Okay.
It's okay.
Because we
We're
were talking
workshopping
about,
it.
Take three.
We were
Workshopping
talking
it.
about
Try.
someone who
Okay.
had a weight
Yeah,
problem.
I used
Okay.
to have a weight problem, and someone told me to hurry up.
That was better.
Okay, yeah, that sounds way better.
That
Good
was
job,
better. That
Lonzo.
was better.
Thank you.
I
Thank
got
you.
you.
I did not
told
understand
you.
what was happening.
I'm the one
you're not-
who
yeah.
gasses
I looked at
your
Jake
jokes
and
up
he wasn't
more than
helping me,
anybody.
and
Not
I
the
didn't
short
know.
Well, next
stool
one
to shed.
funny, so I was
Okay.
like, yeah.
I'm the one that gasses your jokes up more than anybody.
She is for sure.
And Rivers.
I like.
Rivers and
I don't
Alondra.
mean to. I do it with everyone.
Screw you, Taylor.
My nightmare is someone
Not
feeling
laughing at-
uncomfortable,
Oh, yeah,
or just
same.
like in a
Yes.
social situation.
Taylor's busy.
I tell this story
He's
like
crunching numbers.
I did jury duty.
Players.
Oh, I know you do. Yeah.
I did jury duty, and I was like the first juror or
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm pretty sure I don't remember. It was like a criminal thing. I don't remember if it was the actual guy that was being like prosecuted or if it was like one of his like guys up there. Like they had maybe murdered someone.
Yeah.
He's up there, and you could tell he's nervous.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna smile at him. I'm like, you're doing great up there. Like, because my nightmare is that somebody's just socially uncomfortable. It's like I can't help it. I can't help it, guys.
That poor
That
murderer.
prosecutor saw me and was like, you for sure.
Gone.
No, he was like, he's like, you're staying.
Oh, staying,
for
yeah.
sure. You look like you have sympathy for everyone.
Daniel says I'm going to cancel T-Bob or flopping the joke. Look, man, we're just
It's
we're
fine.
still
Workshopping.
It's
workshopping
fine. It was fun.
I would rather you do it in this safe space.
No art comes out fully fleshed out. You have to write, you have to take away, you got to edit, you got to change, then eventually you hit where you're going. All right, more OTB shenanigans when we get back.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys is your attorney. If you get in an accident, somebody's going to stand up for you, get what you deserve. That's Gordon McKernan. 225-888-8888. Go to GordonGives.com/billboards and enter their billboard design contest. Cash prizes and the ability to see your billboard all throughout the state of Louisiana. Go to GetGordon.com today and follow them on social media at GetGordon.
That's a great accent, T-Bob. When you go to the website, you'll be able to do it all. You can ask a question. You can get a consultation set up. You can see past client results, cases they can handle for you in the courtroom. All that, again, GetGordon.com. GetGordon's going to be the handle on all major social media as well. So if you want to see what they're doing in the community, what they're doing with your favorite athlete in the state of Louisiana, not only the Tigers, they help the entire state of Louisiana. Speaking of the entire state, if you want to call them, put your area code before the 8s. 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
I remember, don't worry. How could I ever forget? It's the first time, the last time we ever met.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
You remembered?
Yeah.
What is that?
Too many assisted.
Oh.
Hear this in the club.
Okay, dude.
I want to see Taylor dance to this.
I could almost feel my ass starting to bounce just seeing it drop there.
Every woman who's listening to this show right now who's like 25 to 40, she is dancing right now.
Is this a hot hit on the streets right now?
I don't know.
No, I
River
just
sent
found
it to me. It's on Instagram. She sent it to me a couple weeks ago, but I was out and then she was out, so we've been saving this.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. While we're doing this,
This makes watching Old Dominion football a little bit easier.
Mind you, go to Accutip.
That's what I'm watching right now.
AccutipBR.com. And by the way,
Not sure
the
how
film
long
is
this is.
awesome. Like Jason
I don't know
Henderson.
how long this is.
Jason Henderson is
Thank
a
you.
certified
Dude,
beast.
he is stoning
He
people
is
on
a
all this tape that I'm watching.
He is a certified dog. Make no mistake about that. Accutip Baton Rouge, AccutipBR.com. All your AC, heat, and electrical needs under one roof. You could have kept it playing. I'm like, okay, I'll get it playing. Take control of your comfort zone today by going to Accutip, guys. Get that service to the highest degree. You really will be blown away. It's actually insane how nice the customer service is at Accutip. Like, they don't just walk the walk, they talk the talk.
This dude
Nobody's
just makes
juicing up them
plays
numbers.
after
play after
plays
play.
after play.
Play after
This
play.
is
Just
at
like
Old
Accutip.
Dominion.
See, that's why it's so tough to be in my position, though. Just like Accutip. Thank you,
Oh
Rivers.
my
I agree. Accutip Baton Rouge.
Tackle for loss.
Just
Taylor.
like Accutip.
Just like
Tackle for
Accutip.
loss. Old Dominion playing at home against ULL. Guys everywhere.
I thought you
he's a
rested your
monster.
case.
Guys everywhere.
They keep bringing it up.
That's true. You didn't bring it up this time.
I think the
brought it up
case
anything.
is rested, but I don't think it's the way that T-Bob thinks it's rested.
I felt strong about it going into it before I watched the tape. Now I'm speaking in absolutes. You're a liar.
Don't we?
Doesn't even matter that y'all are still talking
T-Bob
about
is
it.
not a liar. T-Bob's
We have these
just,
jams going in the background.
He saw the clip and
Yeah.
read their numbers.
There's
I just
not
think
a,
they took one side of it.
I think.
I'm trusting my eyes here.
I think that a lot of courtroom decisions have gone against innocent people, and I made my closing arguments, and if I lose, I lose. But I know what the truth is when I lay my head down on the pillow at night, and that's enough for me.
Okay.
That's enough
Well,
for
last point. Last thing on it.
Closing arguments. Let's hear it.
You as my radio co-host have
yes.
how long have we been doing this? Like
Probably
going-
about 6 years, maybe 5 years.
6 years?
Is that true?
No, 4
No.
years. Going on,
COVID,
going
it
on
would have been
4.
around COVID. It would have been around
Yeah,
COVID.
like
You only
right
got a
after
year.
that.
Yeah.
Going on like 4 years. Okay, you know me to be a sicko when it comes to watching film, and especially small schools. Okay, I have watched the tape.
You didn't watch it all.
You don't think I have? You don't think when I put Jason Henderson on the all meathead team, I didn't dive into some tape?
I think Jason Henderson's deserving of being on the all meathead team.
Right. But I'm saying, like, you don't trust my film eyes knowing how weird I am about watching tape. You're trusting somebody else on a podcast that you don't know, that you don't sit with every day.
Again, it's not about me not trusting you.
Just as much tape as old boy.
For me to paint it as me not trusting you is a bit of a what do you call it? Like a red herring, red
herring.
Red herring. Like that's not what I'm saying. That's not all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a disparity in the numbers that is hard to square. You know, there's a disparity in the numbers that I find hard to complete. And Taylor keeps thinking he comes up with these trump cards.
I'll go back to
he's got nothing.
To what you've told me once.
Yes.
When I was talking about a conspiracy
Thank you for
theory.
remembering what I talked about. Thank you. Very smart. Continue.
You can't fathom that he has that much of a disparity, so that's why you don't believe it.
Could be true.
But
exactly.
You've told me that before.
You might be right. You might be right. You might be right on that, actually, Alondra. You might be right. As I said earlier today, outliers exist.
Guys, they do.
And so
he might be one.
He could just be an extreme outlier.
Yeah.
That's
our whole point.
My only problem, the fly in the ointment for me is if the home and away splits were closer, I would absolutely agree with that.
What was the...
But he's not an outlier. Like, we were talking during break, Nathaniel Watson has a ton of assisted tackles.
Yeah. We're done. We're done with this conversation.
See, Rivers doesn't want this kid in public.
He had 10 and a half.
He had
10 and a half assisted tackles.
I need to sweep this under the rug.
Yeah. And only 4.5 assisted tackles on the road.
So you believe it then?
That's an even bigger disparity.
So you believe in Nathaniel Watson's numbers?
Yes.
We do
believe.
Guys, I think they're both legit.
I just want you to be consistent.
No, it's not an outlier.
We believe.
Okay. That's fine. It's fine. Then I will accept the loss with grace, as I always do. And I will retire into the night.
Good.
What does Gladriel say? I don't remember.
Until this weekend when he's like, thinks of something and when he's
gonna
at the
send
lake.
us
Don't let your boy get hard evidence. Don't let me get any caught blood on the hands proof. But until now, I will retire with grace. Coming up next, Ask the Bench, OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I want you to head over to oakparkevents.com, guys. oakparkevents.com. If you are looking for a wedding venue, let's say you just got engaged, fellas, and you want to immediately score some brownie points with your wife, head over to Oak Park Events. Tell her, be like, hey, you know what? Go ahead and go to oakparkevents.com, set up a consultation, and then tell your wife, hey, guess what? I'm so excited. Cannot wait. And I want to be involved. And I thought maybe I had an idea for a couple of venues, right? I heard about this place. Don't say OTB, actually. That won't help your case. I'd be like, I heard about this place. And some people are telling me about it. They have Oak Lodge, which is very New Orleans. It's beautiful, stunning mahogany and brass bar. You really want to go check it out. Or maybe there's Park 73, more outdoorsy, more naturey, a little more wide open. But the point is, here at Oak Park, they've catered, they put on thousands of weddings. It's a true turnkey service. Ton of different venues, ton of different options. Check them out today for all your weddings, corporate events as well, get-togethers, networking lunches, whatever. Go to oakparkevents.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Electricity is all around us. and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, you know, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, you know. We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Back. Tears for Fears Friday in full effect. The weekend is here, guys. Reminding you.
Are you opening that last bottle for this?
Yeah, I got a place for you to go. If
that one was aggressive.
If you have trash
No,
that
wait,
you need
better
taken
to end the
for
show.
instance, on today's show, there's been a lot of garbage opinions. You know who needs to pick them up? Trash Rangers.
He has been waiting all break.
LLC.com, Trash Rangers, LLC.com can pick up. You can probably throw Taylor in there. They throw him in the back of the truck. If you're in Livingston or Ascension, make the switch. You know, that's your red cans. You see them everywhere throughout the neighborhood. That's your residential trash pickup. They text you the night beforehand. But if you're a business owner, this is anywhere in the listening area. If you're a business owner, you need front load dumpsters. You need emptied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 days a week. They got you. You need roll off dumpsters for like a big project or something. They got you. TrashRangersLLC.com.
We made it through this whole show, and you didn't even acknowledge that I have your dad fully on my body.
I know, because you wear that shirt so much. I didn't think it.
Nice.
I didn't think it mattered. You know?
Actually, I haven't worn it for this show.
No, I mean, I've seen it a few times. You know, it's just me.
I am. Look, I would wear this shirt every day.
Look. That's a legendary combo. Ruben
This is
Mays,
straight
Morton
up
Anderson,
from-
and Bobby Hebert.
This is from the time.
The cannon.
Shout out to my friend.
I had that picture in my on a poster in my room.
Maybe I did wear it
up.
to the show because I feel like we talked
You've
about
worn it a couple times. But
On
you know
the
what?
sh- on the show?
You know what I wouldn't do? Point out when my friend wears something too much. I don't know. Seems a little rude.
Look,
personally.
if you ever catch me wearing something too much, I need you to tell me.
Okay, whatever. I don't think I haven't worn this shirt in 2 weeks. It's fine. Ask the Bench. Brought to you by Coker's Live as here at Blue Moonlights. Guys, such a sweet. Rivers Chat wants to know what that song was.
Oh, I just found it on Instagram.
It's
like
on Instagram.
You know how
I
like
put his
DJs have
ad.
gotten big on TikTok and Instagram. Like
Yeah.
it's just a random DJ.
I put his ad in the chat.
If you could be fluent in any language, what would it be?
French.
Yeah.
I don't know. French.
Not
can-
the most
It's just so
functional,
pretty.
but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sexiest.
yeah.
It can also be
or
like
Italian.
Ooh, yeah. But I
no,
still think
French and German feel aggressive. I don't know.
German's a little
for sure.
aggressive.
No,
I'm
but
gonna go
French is
German.
pretty.
Yeah, but
I mean, aggressive like there's a lot of.
Well, I think that's just your like.
No, sometimes it's a little, you know.
When
You're
women
getting a
speak
little
French, I think
Arnold
that it's
Schwarzenegger on the
Italian.
Yeah, what you talking about? He's
That
not an Arnold
feels
impression, Taylor.
not like
Shut
French.
up! You don't know what? You don't know anything, Taylor.
It's getting
back and shut up. Turn off
It's
his
getting
microphone.
it's getting
I'm
Gru-ish.
sick of him.
It's a little Gru slash.
Oh, no,
Arnold.
it's not Gru. If I was going to do Gru, it'd be more outside check. Go ahead.
Let me give a little shout out real quick because we have our first big event at Elite Training Academy coming up. It's going to be August the 24th. Elite Training Academy BR.com is the website. Again, our first big event. Like last night, it rained. A lot of people couldn't practice football. You know who could? Us, because we have an indoor.
Yeah.
So go check it out on the website. It's kindergarten through 8th grade, different ages broken up into different times. Elite Training Academy BR.com.
What are you having, like a Jason Henderson signing?
I would love to have a Jason Henderson.
I would like it too. I would like it too. I hate that I've been forced to this place.
I am adding him when I post that video of me
He
flipping you off.
is going to hear about this.
Yeah, for sure.
And you are not going to have a fan.
He needs to know we all defended him.
Guys,
Except for T-Bob.
Look throughout history. Look throughout human history. Champions of truth are often cast as the villain. That's fine. I can handle it. I got broad shoulders. You know? Ask the bench. What are you talking about? Look at these, dude.
Oh, no, I got a turtleback. I think I got you.
Look at these shoulders, dude.
Give me-
This thing's is
Fill
broad,
this dinosaur
broad.
cup up.
I got a
Oh,
turtleback.
right over Jake's computer.
Buddy, I don't
hate
like
it.
this at
I
all.
hate it.
It's going to
Please
melt
stop,
through the
just stop,
cup.
just stop.
That's a work computer. I don't care.
Ask the bench. What is a movie you fell in love with that you feel is vastly underrated and people should watch it? Not that I fell in love with it, but I really like Sucker Punch, and I acknowledge it's an awful movie, but I enjoy it. You know,
I mean, I don't know if this is the right answer because I think people really do love it, but Forrest Gump.
Matrix Reloaded.
You
I love Matrix
to
Reloaded.
watch it after the bar.
Hammered. 30 minutes. Best action sequence
Rounders?
of all time.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, Rounders is a banger, though. So it's Forrest Gump. Get the hell out of here.
I think Rounders is a deep cut,
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always